community. It was like months back, and um oh, hi.
Hi, YTR.
What's up?
Not much.
So I was just saying that I remember you came into my community like some months ago, and at the time, what was I even covering? I think it was like Foodle Poodles. And then at the time I had like a Discord and things like that. I think I just had to take a little more of a step back from things. And so I remember we kind of went our separate ways, but it wasn't really dramatic. I didn't we have a little tiff or something? I don't recall.
Yeah, you told me that you didn't want to be involved in my drama at the time.
I didn't though. Like I didn't because you came in and you were like, "Oh, I'm having problems with these people." And I'm like, "I don't know who they are." But that's the thing was like there was a lot of things like sucking me into like there are a lot of like things going on in girl world. There's a lot of bullshit I was going through, and I was honestly just like leave me out of it. And but I didn't have any really hard feelings against you. I was just like, look, I'm spent, you know. But that was about it. I do wasn't it I think you did say I don't know. I didn't really know much about you at the time either. So it was a brief acquaintance. And then I yeeted the Discord, and then I also like I had some people as usual using me for links, and so I was, you were like wanting to promote your channel, and for me it was just kind of like it was bad timing and stuff because when people do that, it's sometimes, and it's not to say that you're bad for it because I don't think so, but it's just like when you get people that just do that and then they screw you over, it does make you like, okay, let me just distance from it.
Yeah,
So,
no, I didn't realize there were rules for that at the time.
well, there aren't really rules per se. I'm just uptight about it because I've had people unfortunately do that to me so many times. And, I don't think there is a sort of etiquette, I suppose, that a lot of new streamers don't really get, where it's like, if people guest you, they usually will share your link out and stuff, at least in the beginning or at the end of a stream or in the middle, whatever they choose. But usually they will offer. And so it used to be like you wait for people to offer. And a lot of new streamers just kind of like bring it up, which I mean, they can. It's just, it was different for me to, I was just kind of like, okay, I don't know this person. But anyway, blah, blah, blah. Let's get into it.
Yes, let's get into it, shall we?
Well, I wanted to touch base with you just kind of like how you're doing because, we are I was almost going to call this the Addicts Reject chat. And then I was like, no, that's giving them way too much attention. So we don't want to do that.
Uh,
But
I'm fine. I really did a job on them, and they're still so angry over it.
oh, they're angry at me too. They have the audacity to act like I did them dirty. Are you for real? You got two bitches talking about that they are openly happy to dox me, and I'm the problem. Like, bitch, these people out themselves. Oh, I wanted to ask you a little favor. Could you turn your mic up slightly? Would that be possible?
Let me see.
I feel like I'm louder than you, but I could turn mine down if you can't turn yours up.
Yeah, I'm on my phone. I have it on max volume, so I don't know if I could really make it any louder.
That's okay. Let me just, because I don't want to be so much louder than you and hurt the audience's ears. I'll just turn mine down a little bit.
Okay.
So, well, before we get into all of that, I actually do want to talk about a couple other things first, because we can just go off the cuff and get into the weeds with that topic after. But I was
Okay.
curious about just kind of a few things because I was curious, like with you and Hussey, because you were in his community. I know you guys have since, smoothed it over. So this isn't to rehash any of that. But I was curious, like with you and Hussey, what kind of like, what was the reason you guys had a falling out in the beginning?
Well, it was mainly due to everything that Negs was doing about me, like all of the old exposed videos that Negs was doing on me like months and months and months and months and months ago. He found out about everything from my past and he was like, no, you know what? I don't want anything to do with this guy anymore. My community is telling me that he is rubbing me the wrong way and all of the lying because he also said that I was a compulsive liar and that was something I had to work on. So he decided to kick me to the curb. So
Over
me,
things that Negs brought up. See, people play into the hater's hand when they do stuff like that. Like,
well, it wasn't just him. It was also a lot of other people that were going over my past. And they were like, oh,
oh,
yeah, this guy's no good. Nobody needs to be fucking with him because he's just bad. He's a bad person, and I'm really not. And the problem is none of these people actually took the time to talk to me directly. Nobody actually messaged me. They were just pretty much trashing me because of
oh,
everything that they were seeing.
that's people's MO out here. That's something I've learned. I've tried to talk to people behind the scenes. They always pretend like they're up for it, but most people aren't. Most people don't. I feel like a lot of people don't really care to get to know the person because they want to make the person their subject for public humiliation. But okay, so they just deemed you were because you had some controversies, but what creator doesn't? I mean, it's impossible to not have any and be on the platform, especially for a long time. But I do want to kind of ask you your perspective on those in a little bit, but I want to kind of ease in about so that's basically what happened. He found out about your past and then was like, okay, let's not have him here.
Yeah, and also the lying and all that shit. He
Okay.
didn't
Have
like
you
it.
have you have you lied in the past?
Yeah, because when I was on with GP, because GP had an interview with me, he told me he does want to do another one pretty soon. I don't know when. He said like maybe in 3 weeks or something like that.
Mm,
Um, yeah, like I've had a problem with just being honest.
hmm What do you think was what do you think was the reason for that? Like what because I know that a lot of people that have an issue with that, it's usually like a defense mechanism. So I'm curious, like how come you had trouble being honest before?
Well, it also was mainly what I was lying about.
Okay.
Hussey had said that the stuff that I was talking about around that time was just too much for him. Like I was talking about, I really don't feel comfortable mentioning it because I
Oh,
don't want to
okay.
give anybody in your community bad vibes or make anybody uncomfortable. But it was just a lot of graphic stuff that I was talking about, and he decided he didn't like it.
Okay. I
He said
understand that.
he was getting a lot of emails from people in his community that they were saying, I can't deal with this anymore. You need to get rid of this guy. So after he had kicked me out, I went and I made amends with Negs and with Tragic, and they accepted me into their community. And the P word thing, because he brought up that I also called him a predator and stuff like
Mhm.
that. I did that because I felt like if I didn't, it would have just pissed Negs off and he would have exposed me even more, and I would have eventually ended up just losing my channel completely. So
And they
that's the only
called
reason,
you
like, I
one.
went along with it because
Next had
yeah, I know
called
they
you
did, but
one as
I,
well, and they made so much fun of you. And then, so they took you in, and you felt kind of pressure, which I totally understand that. I mean, I was careful on the words I used with Hussey. I did say I found some things inappropriate, but not in a way that means that he's that. I was just like, what's the context? But I do understand the pressure that they kind of put you under because, and not just you, they put anyone under this pressure to righteously defend whatever crusades they're currently on. And so I totally understand that kind of feeling.
Yeah, and everybody, including MFW, thinks that I just had Witty Widow on my channel to, in other words, try to make Hussey upset. And I even posted on my community tab, like, no, she was the one that asked me. So that's why I had her on. I wouldn't have had her on for any other reason. Like, if somebody asks to come on to my panel with me and I don't have any problems with them, I'm going to have them on.
Yeah, and I think that's fair. Oh, thanks for letting me know, Brennan. No worries. Thank you.
What happened?
Oh, they just said they don't want to get in between beef or something like that. But yeah, don't worry, Brennan. It's okay. So yeah, and you, when you had her on, you guys were just genuinely like having fun, having a good time, hanging out. Like there was, until you know who came up, and then he was trying to make a problem, but even she was laughing it off. Now I don't know her, and I'm sure there are people in my community that have conflicting opinions about her, but I'm one of those people where if I haven't had any problems with anybody, I'm going to be neutral. Like I'm neutral when it comes to her. I've never talked to her. I don't know her. And really, I mean, when she was on your panel, she seemed pretty, I don't know, like I don't fault you for wanting to hang out with her. She's pretty nice to you. And so she's even giving you some great advice. So like, whatever. And I don't get why people have an issue. And even if people don't like her, like, I really can't stand how people are just like, you can't talk to this person, you can't have this person on. And it's like, I get it if it's not for everyone, but they could skip that one and just come back the next day. Like you stream pretty regularly, but okay, so you're saying you didn't have her on for any agenda. You just wanted to hang out and chat to her. They took it the wrong way. And then what?
Well, after that, because during the stream, when I had her on, as well as GP and Tragic, Negs and DC Media Girl were in the chat. They were having a full core meltdown. DC was saying she's a liar, talk about the CPS stuff and all this. And then
yeah, I don't have any, I've never seen, just my take on that is I've never seen evidence of it. I've never seen evidence of this whole thing of her and her husband's. There's no proof nor evidence. And usually with these people's claims, there never is. And people can take it however they want, but I'm someone where I like to have facts. I'm not going to dislike someone over words without visual evidence. So sorry, I wanted to interject there. Go ahead.
Yeah, same here. So I had her on. They went wild in the chat, and then the both of them ended up leaving my chat, and then they went into, I think, because I watched Original Owl actually cover the stream I did.
And she was pretty fair to you, right? Am I correct in that? That's kind of how I took it, that she was pretty fair to you in her coverage.
Yeah, Owl was fair to me. Yeah, no, I don't have any problems with Original Owl at all. I think she's a very good streamer. But
I don't have problems with her either. I think, I mean, I don't really know her. She doesn't really like that I like stream MFW, but I mean, whatever. A lot of people don't, but I don't really know her, so I was glad that she was fair to you.
They leave my chat. They go onto Discord, and I guess Negs started having a full core meltdown, a hissy fit in Discord. I don't know, because before I had started the stream, I had left the Discord server.
Okay. You chose to leave because
I chose to leave. They didn't ask me to leave.
Okay, because you know how they do. They're saying that they kicked you out.
Yeah, no, they didn't kick me out. They didn't kick me out. I left on my own accord. I even asked Negs directly, do you want me to leave the community? And he told me, That's not a me choice. That's up to you. So I made the decision to leave myself. Nobody kicked
Okay.
me out. And the fact that everybody is throwing that narrative around is ridiculous because it's not what happened. It's not
Mm-hmm.
what happened. I am the one
Yeah.
that left. Nobody threw me out of there.
Also, I mean, would it really matter anyway? Like, people were like, YTR was dumped from the attic. That only speaks to that I was too good for all that bullshit. Honestly, I almost take it like a compliment, because it's like I didn't want to do all the BS that they wanted. Great. You know, which I was not dumped, because I was never really in there. They came here, but I was never in the Discord or any of that. But anyway, so you left. And how have things been since, as far as tension between them and you?
It's kind of calmed down. I mean, aside from the tweets and stuff like that. But um, I told Hussey already when I was on with Woody Widow earlier, I blocked most of those people
Oh,
because
I
I
did
don't
too.
care to. I don't want to see anything like that, like the Section 8 wig, welfare wig, or whatever the fuck. They came out and they made a tweet because there was a clip that was going around with Hussey telling MFW, "Oh yeah, I had Russ on my stream because it was a hot topic," and they had said to me that, "Oh yeah, Hussey's just using you for clout. We never used you."
I
In
did
other
hear,
words,
I think, what didn't Hussey say? Oh, I had him on for views, which, I mean, at least
yeah,
he's
it's
being honest, but that also doesn't mean he dislikes you. He was just saying, yeah, I had him on for views. I don't know. It doesn't sound the best, but it also isn't, and I got you all together, right? Like, two things can be right at the same time. He can have you on and have a pleasant conversation, but also get views out of it.
yeah, and people also think that him having me on is basically him saying, "Okay, yeah, you're not with the attic anymore. You're more than welcome to come back into Hussy Nation." No, that's not the case. He did not extend a formal invitation to me to come back into his community, even
Mm-hmm.
though he did say that he wants me to be on his talk show and all that stuff. It's not like, "Oh yeah, I want to be friends with him. He's fine. He's more than welcome to come back into my Twitch chats and this, that, and the third." No, that's not what's actually going on. He
I
never
don't
said
I don't
explicitly,
think I don't think viewers understand this, and I guess they don't have to, but having someone guest does not mean that you're friends with them, or even collabing. Even if you did an outright show with Hussey, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're like best friends. I know that viewers kind of like that idea, and it's more fun for them to imagine the creators that they like, or maybe, the whole spectacle of it all. They like to, but also it's just kind of like, or it might make them mad. You get both reactions to it, really. But I didn't see him give you a formal invitation either, and it doesn't seem like that to me at all.
yeah, no, I know for a fact that he is never going to want me back into his community, and that's all right with me because I know that there's people in his community that do not like me because of everything that I have been involved with and everything that I've said and everything that I've done. They don't want anything to do with me, so I respect it. I don't,
Yeah, I
see
understand that.
myself going back over there, despite what everybody's saying. I'm not going to be back there because he never actually said, "I want you back with me. I want you on my side." And even if he does, I'm still not going to do it because I know how his community feels about me.
Exactly.
So
People are sorry, go ahead,
they,
Russ.
they can throw that flip flopping bullshit around all they want to. At the end of the day, I still have my own community that I have to look after,
Hmm.
and he just does not want me to be in the vicinity of him anymore. He made that clear to MFW and he made that clear to everybody else. So, I know how you feel about me. You don't want me around, I won't be around. But I did unblock him on Twitter just because I don't hate him. But that's it.
Okay. I think, I've I've often been kind of thrown in these scenarios as well as like, oh, YTR got dumped from the attic, so she's going to want to leech off another community. That's not how I roll at all, and I'm not in the business of trying to find another community. I have my own and it's doing fine. And but I also like I don't like going places where I'm not accept like where I'm just going to be like talked shit to. So why would I go into a chat and try to be part of a community where I know all they're going to do is talk shit about me? I'm not. And it sounds like you're not really loving the concept of that either. And for some reason these people don't get that. It's like why would somebody want to put themselves in a position to be somewhere where they're not welcomed and just get shit on the whole time? Doesn't sound like fun. Don't really care to have that experience, speaking for myself, but it sounds like you're kind of saying like, you're going to respect it. You wouldn't be like, it wouldn't be comfortable for anyone anyway. So leave it be, which I understand that completely.
Yeah.
And I do want to say too, if there are people that did like me and, the addict, like they don't have to choose. I'm not going to make anyone choose, but I know they often make people choose. And so whatever happens with that, let the chips fall where they may. I don't have any ill will toward like the viewers or anyone in the community, but there are content creators within that are slandering me currently and saying some really effed up shit about me to where I'm actually like shocked, actually blown away. You got negs calling me, racist. Okay, you say the N word, dude. Shut the fuck up. Seriously, there's so much I could say that I don't say about any of them. And honestly, all I did was try and help, and they completely screwed me over. Like, people were calling me a simp. People were making all kinds of fun because they saw how much I was promoting all of them, trying to be kind, helping all of them out. I don't have to do that. I don't have to extend anything. And really, it put my own community at risk. So I actually formally apologize to my community for that, because we don't need people in my community that care about finding people's personal social medias for intimidation and all of that, because my community doesn't give a fuck about that kind of shit. And they were trying to intimidate me to shut me up by saying we found a personal account of you. I was so relieved that it was just an old you now. They didn't even have a lot of streams either. They just had one, which is funny because I did more. Thank God they didn't find more. But they were trying to act like they had my Facebook and they could find my family and all this shit. And they're currently trying to dox many people, trying to find my ass, which thank you all for reminding me to delete my old accounts. Good luck. I am completely, it's disgusting. It's sick. How can they claim that they don't go IRL and they do shit like that? Here's the other thing. I was not aware, because with other people, I'm not really into all this inner community shit. So I didn't know what they always act like they just do it because people do it to them. I never did anything like that to any of them. Never. And so the fact that they'll go that far with me because of what? They were angry I cover MFW. Do you see I'm trying to dox everyone else that covers her? No. It wasn't just about that. There's something else. They're crazy. And I'm disgusted by all of it, to be honest. Like, I can't even believe it. Anyway, so let's see. There was something else.
I understand, because I'd be disgusted by it too. There's no reason for them.
They had no problem when they needed my help. I was the one that even like really broke the story about her mailing them that box, and I don't agree with what she did, even after all the shit they did with me. I was the one that broke that story and helped them to kind of give validation to it. I didn't have to do that. And really, fuck that anyway. I don't even know what I believe anymore. I don't know. I don't know anything anymore because I know how far they lie about me. Who knows what they lie about now? Everything they've said about anyone, I'm wiping it clean. I'm completely wiping everything.
Yeah, and also, this was another thing that was brought up by a lot of people. The stream that I went on with Hussey, where MFW came on and cursed me out. I didn't think that she was coming on there to like yell at me or anything. I thought she may have had some questions. I thought she may have actually like wanted to know what was going on. But sure enough, no, she cursed me out. And the reason I didn't say anything, because people also brought this up too. It is, yes, because I know how to deal with somebody yelling at me because I was yelled a lot growing up. I damn well could have cursed her out myself. I damn well could have said a lot of rude and horrible things to MFW, but I didn't because I knew that I just had to let her get it out of her system and be done with it.
Yeah, which is the better option, really, because if you it would have escalated,
Oh, it
otherwise.
definitely would have. And Hussey also mentioned she was drunk. I didn't think she was drunk at the time. I thought that she was just angry, just mad in general. But no,
Yeah.
she ended up being intoxicated. And we all know how MFW gets when she gets intoxicated. It is not pretty.
Yeah, it's not pretty, but I also think that she's an asshole when she's sober too. So I mean, she would have yelled at you anyway. I don't see her being any nicer about anything.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just me. I don't like to enable by saying, "Oh, she's only like that when she's drunk," because she's been very mean in sober and in when she wasn't wasted at times. But yeah, I would say probably worse when she's wasted. But she likes to pretend like she has two different personalities. And oh, sober Katie is a whole other person, and they would never do that. And it's like alcohol just lowers your inhibitions. Maybe it does make you a little more, a little bit more, but it's not like she's a saint otherwise.
Yeah. And I don't hate her. I don't hate
No,
her
I
at
don't
all.
either.
But I felt like that was kind of unnecessary because she could have actually tried to have a reasonable conversation with me and she didn't. She just screamed.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, yeah, they're bringing up she's trying to get sober. If she does, great. I mean, I won't cover her anymore, but I'm not going to, if she's on like day one, I'm not going to pat her ass like everyone else is doing. Like, ooh, she has to put the actual work in and give a shit. Um, you know, we'll see
Yeah, and
what she
she also
does
has to
if she
quit. Just
changes.
she also has to quit just flat out insulting people.
Exactly. It's
That's
more
another
than just
problem
the
she has.
alcohol. Yes. And it seems like you would have been willing to have a conversation with her. Like, if
Yeah,
she would have just,
that's why I didn't say anything when she was going off on me. Because I was giving her the opportunity to actually, you know, express whatever grievances she had with me. But nope, she just went off.
Dee said that she was disappointed in you and you know why, and now she's saying she's out. I mean, did something happen between you and Dee?
Oh, D. Higgins, yeah, she's upset because I pretty much backstabbed Next in DC by what I did.
Yeah.
But you know
Well,
what?
I don't know. I'm sure I upset people too, but with what they did to me, I didn't have a fucking choice. I literally promoted links to streams that Negs is talking evil shit about me. Do you know how dumb that made me look? Do you know how hurtful that was? Like,
Yeah.
at the end of the
And
day, like, they're gonna have their people are gonna stick with them because their rider dies.
the
But
thing
it's
of it
not
is,
fair to us what they did.
the thing of it is what I did in my stream, I did not do deliberately. I did what I did when I was on panel with Witty Widow and GP and Tragic because I had decided that I had had enough of
Mm-hmm.
the fucking racism. I decided I had enough of Negs calling people, because he called Sylvana Nazi, and
Mm-hmm.
I just
Which
decided
I
I
don't
was not
agree
okay
with
with it.
that at all. Like,
I was not okay with it. I decided I wasn't okay with it. I decided, you know what? I can't deal with this anymore. I've had enough of it. So I read what I read to get back at them in a way because I was disgusted by what they were doing.
do you want to address what Akasha said in the chat or no? It's up to you, whatever you want to respond to or not.
What did she say? Or he or
Uh,
whoever it is.
they said, I saw you on Twitter where she sent money for your birthday and you said that you thought it would be more because she gave Negs more. What the fuck, dude? What about thank you for the gift?
Yeah, no, that was uncalled for. No, I
Yeah.
was fine with. I'm literally like in terms of donations, I'm fine with whatever people give me, but that no, I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, I do think
I
that's, I
apologize for
do
that.
think that, hold on,
I
D, are you still
apologize for
here?
that because that was gross.
I hope she's still here, but so you, sorry, can you say that? Because I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, I apologize for that because that was gross. I mean, I'm not monetized anymore. I was monetized, but people should know this. I'm not monetized anymore, and that's because of all the copyrighted music and shit that I play in my streams. It's not because of anything that's been breaking TOS.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't know you said that, and I wouldn't agree with that, but I'm glad that you realize that that's not right.
Yeah, no, it was kind of like a spur of the moment kind of thing because I was so happy that somebody had donated to me for my birthday, and I had seen that they were giving, I pretty much I was just jealous that they would give him more and give me less, but it
Well,
was
they've known
gross.
him longer, so it makes sense, right? Like, I don't know. They're very close to DC, and, to me, it would make sense, right? That they're going to back them more.
Yeah, but I take it back because it was gross and it was disgusting and it was uncalled for and it should have never. I should have never said anything like that at all.
Okay. Is like, are there other things that you would want to take an opportunity to like address or apologize for, that just like things that that people often say about you, or just something you feel like is unresolved that you would just overall like to say?
I mean, there really isn't anything else aside from what people are already upset with me over, which is
Yeah.
the lying, the jumping from community to community because I'm being accused of being a flip flopper, and also just, in general, me just being a shitty person.
Hmm. Do you think that you're learning from these experiences?
Oh, absolutely.
I don't know. I just hope that, and I'm not going to say I'm a saint, okay, because I've made a lot of public mistakes and I've had to apologize for things. And there's a lot I've had to learn as I go. And I hope that you're learning. I mean, all you can do is try not to do these things again and try and improve. It's going to take time for people to see you, you know, improve. And it takes time for anyone to kind of like put things behind them when it comes to like controversy, and kind of like, it's hard because once you get a bad reputation, it's so hard to repair it here.
Yeah. YTR, I meant to ask you, do you have a name for your community?
Um, I guess we just call I mean, we were just calling ourselves the Olive Garden Mafia or Olive Garden. I don't know, because that's just the running gig that we all work there. But I don't think I have an exact name per se. I mean,
Oh, I
people
do.
call us like retarded, which is so fucked up.
I got an exact
People
name.
call us rejects or something. I don't know.
I got an exact name for mine.
Oh, really? What do you have?
The Reapers.
Oh, that's cool. I like that. Well, we were just calling ourselves like the Olive Garden. Like, we work at the Olive Garden, and I was just joking around like Olive Garden Mafia kind of thing. But I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean,
because aside from Russ and Illusionist, there also have been people that have called me the leader of the Reapers.
oh, that's cool. It's very edgy. Okay, wait. Private Dancer says, oh, Akasha thinks you're lying right now. I don't know. Um,
Oh, stop it, Akasha.
Out of curiosity, why did you come back to YTR after separating when she had her issues over there?
Why didn't I come back to YTR
Well,
after
they said,
separating?
why did you come back to YTR after separating when she had her issues over there?
Oh, why did I? Well, because, you know, YTR, me and you have never really had any problems.
No, we haven't. It was just a minor misunderstanding, but it wasn't deep or it wasn't personal at all.
Yeah, no, I don't hate YTR at all. I don't.
And I knew that we could talk. Like, Russ is someone you can actually smooth it over with. There's a lot of people here that you can't, like, they take it really personal. Like, with Russ, I could say, hey, when you first came in and you were just wanting to put your links, like, it rubbed me the wrong way. Like, I didn't really know you. I didn't know, so I was just kind of like, oh, he's probably using me. And I can say something like that to him, like, bluntly. And a lot of the time, people can't even handle that. So I am glad that we can at least air it out, like put it all on the table like that. With a lot of people, they don't even give you the chance.
Yeah, and the thing of it is the reason that people got so heated over me having Linda Woody Widow on is because there's a lot of stuff supposedly that has gone on between her and Negs, and Hussey mentioned that she was being accused of sleeping with him.
I just don't think he seems like her type. I don't know. Like, I
No,
find it, I don't
she
know.
even said it. She even said it. She does not think about him because she works all the time. He's not on her mind, and I
It's
believe it.
not even like it, like she says that, but also like when she talks about him, you can tell, like, okay, the women that are like thirst buckets, you can tell when they start talking about a creator that they're into. Her tone doesn't change. She doesn't try to get all cute or whatever. Like, she doesn't care, as far as I can tell anyway, just by mannerism. Also,
Yeah,
well, I did want to say, piggybacking off of, sorry, I'm bouncing around. I'm a little sporadic today, but I do want to say too, with Russ, I have been more chill about him coming back, because he has seemed to like you're not always spamming your links. Like, you have taken kind of like that criticism, and it's not that I won't ever drop your link, but it's got to be earned with me, just because people have really fucked that up, and I'm not going to be used for that. I'd rather get to know people and see what they're like, because I mean, people know where to find people anyway.
YTR, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that if you don't want
Yeah.
to. I'm not going to force you to do that.
No, that's partly why I'm like cool with you coming back, because you haven't been pushy or held that as a grudge or anything. Um yeah, I'm
Um,
just honestly, I'm really shocked what they did to you, and I mean, I shouldn't be after everything I've experienced, but it was so quick. I feel like it's almost like they just wanted you out anyway. It's kind of like, I feel like with me, they wanted me out. I had outstayed my welcome as far as they were concerned, because
another thing that's really funny. I don't know if
hmm,
you've seen this or not, but the stream that I did apparently uh, made Neg so upset he ended up deleting his channel.
oh my god, really?
Or actually, no, not deleting it, but just changing the name to like "fuck off, please."
Oh, I saw a screenshot of the fuck off, please. I was laughing really hard. Actually, it was hilarious.
Russ made me cry.
I just think that he really needs to go to grief counseling, and I think he really needs to go to therapy, and I think he's so consumed with what everyone else is doing. Like, nobody's holding you back, dude. He always says everyone's in his way, and he's always so consumed with the views other people get, if they're making money, what they're doing, what they're saying. It's like, dude, no one's in the way of you making good content but yourself. I was gone for nearly 2 weeks,
Yeah,
and like, I thought I was the one holding everyone back. People
well,
are stupid. Like, you can make whatever content you want, and if the only one that holds any creator back is themselves. I mean, myself included. If you get in your head too much, it can affect the content, and I've had to manage that, make sure that I'm like in the right headspace and things. It happens to anyone, but he isn't willing to do the work to turn it back around. He just, all he does, all his streams are is him bitching endlessly. I don't know how they can take it. I don't know how they can watch it. I don't know how they can handle it. It's like
Well,
listening to a
YTR,
little schoolgirl. Sorry, what?
you said that you were sick, so you had every reason to take a break.
I was sick, and people were saying she's just hiding. I was sick, but I will admit, yeah, I was sick for the week, and then I was still kind of having a little bit of a cough. And then I took some extra days off to chill because there's nothing wrong with unplugging when you need to. And it's funny because people say unplug and unplug. And then when someone does it, it becomes because they reach for anything they can. It's like anything they want. Oh, hey, Tay. Yeah, he's a constant complainer. All he does is bitch. I've never seen a man bitch so much. I'm sorry, not ever need. I'm not trying to be mean, but it's like, grow up. You are almost 45 years old or something?
He's 46.
Akasha, we're just chatting. I don't know what you were expecting out of this. Like, okay, what is Russ lying about? I don't really see it because he said he shouldn't have done this. He shouldn't have done that. I don't know what you're expecting out of this conversation.
Well, we
Anyway.
already know. I think I already know that Akasha is another person that just doesn't like me.
Well, she didn't like me either. She was around when they were like doing 8-hour live streams saying what a horrible person I am. So I think she's hard to please, which is okay. But I mean, what do you want? I'm surprised to see her here, to be honest. I haven't seen her around in a while. But really, I mean, I think a lot of creators get very territorial and insecure, and it's like they talk about viewers like they're pawns. It's almost like a chess game where they talk about viewers. It's like, if you think you have good content, then you shouldn't be scared of sharing viewers or where viewers are going. Wait, they said someone is impersonating me. That's not me. Oh, thank you for telling us. Sorry, I didn't know that.
There are people that have been impersonating me too on Twitter. I don't know if you really look.
Me too. There are people that are impersonating both of us right now. So sorry if that happened to you, Akasha. I don't agree with people doing that.
I don't know if you've actually seen, but there's like, I think maybe, I don't know if it's 2 or 3. There's like 2 or 3 other Twitter accounts with with pictures of me, a picture of me, and the name Illusionist Rebel. And I've told people, like, the blue verified badge thing that I have, that if the account does not have that, it's not me.
Yeah.
But
yeah, the blue thing, the blue check mark used to be a way to like confirm identity, but now people can just pay for it, which is unfortunate. But I'm glad that you have one so that you can tell people that.
Yeah.
Yeah, if
there's no other accounts with that.
Yeah. Also, like, if you see an account that has like my face, that's not going to be me. On my social medias, I do not have accounts of my face ever. I don't even have much social media as it is, but I don't put my face on anything. And that's when you know shit's gone tits up. It's when you can't even put your own face on shit because people are psycho.
Yeah.
You liked the impersonator? Well, I just don't support people impersonating. If they have an opinion, they can say it with another avatar and handle. I don't like when people pretend to be other people. It's creepy to me. I think it's weird. I get people want to be anonymous, but they should never pretend to be someone else to say it. It creeps me out. I didn't even like when people did it with Foodie Beauty. I mean, I just think it's creepy.
Well, I mean, it's not like we have any control over stuff like that, unfortunately.
Oh no, and YouTube doesn't care. Like I was trying to get a handle on it when it first started happening, just because, again, I think it's twisted and weird, and people can say whatever the fuck they want about me, but that's creepy to me. And YouTube supposedly has a rule about impersonating. But you know what they did? They mailed a copy to a psycho to inform them that I reported. Why would they do that? Why would you mail it to the person, a copy of the email to the person that's impersonating? That is insane. So of course they made a whole stream about it and all this, and then everyone laughed about it. It's like, no, there's nothing wrong with somebody wanting to fix that, because they were saying a lot of things under my, and they say, oh, everyone knew it wasn't you. No, they didn't. Some people didn't know, even though it was pretty obvious, and it was ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, if somebody wants to make like a fan account for you, that's one thing.
Oh,
But
hell
just straight
no.
up, what do you mean, hell no?
Fuck no. I don't like that either.
I don't mind it. Hey, there was this
You
girl
don't
that I
mind it?
used to be friends with that made a whole entire Instagram account dedicated to me, Illusionist Rebel fan. And there's like actual fan edits of me on that
Oh,
account.
I don't know. That is kind of endearing. I guess I've never had, no one would ever do that because they would get so much hate. People would just try and ruin their life, and that's so sad. So I don't know. I
Yeah,
guess
well,
when you
it's like,
explain it that way, it does sound kind of endearing. I can't imagine someone doing that in a nice way, because that's cute. They did that for you.
yeah,
They did
I
edits.
can see it though. I can see why it would make you uncomfortable because for a lot of people, like there used to be, she's retired now, but there was a hyper pop singer. I don't know if you're familiar with that genre of music, but there was a singer by the name of
Hey,
Aisha
Cal.
Erotica, and she retired from music because she got doxxed. And
Hmm.
she had said to everybody, don't use pictures of me anymore. It makes me uncomfortable.
It does make me uncomfortable, and I think some people think that's like, I don't know. I think some people think that's like, they laugh at me for that, but it's, I'm sorry, it's weird. I don't see myself as this creator or whatever. I come on here, I have a good time, but I don't, I don't like it, If it's like a channel that is like really big, you kind of expect that. But with a channel, it's not even at 10K.
Oh no, she did this for me way before I hit 1K subscribers.
Yeah.
Like when I was first starting my channel, she decided to make a fan account for me for whatever reason.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it depends how they do it. Like, I could understand they're making little edits and doing things. I could see how that could be endearing.
Yeah, and even when I had my old Instagram, which I don't use anymore because I don't have the phone number for it, so I can't get the code to log in. But even when I had my old Instagram, I was somewhat popular on there, and the girl that I knew that made the fan account for me, she actually sent me a video of her telling her classmates, "Oh, follow Illusionist on Instagram," and then somebody else in the class was like, "Illusionist."
Well, I was surprised. Your Twitter is like, I was like, whoa, you have a lot on Twitter. But you've done that over time, which social media does take time to build for sure. For just like
Yeah,
regular people.
like I told you already, I had a friend that was a social media influencer, and he helped me out with it
Yeah.
back in 2012. So that's how I was able to get so many followers. I
Hmm.
didn't buy any of my followers because I know that there are a lot of people that also do that. Oh yeah, they buy Twitter followers, they buy Instagram followers. I never bought any of my followers. I
I
had a
feel like
friend that helped me.
it wouldn't feel the same. Like, I couldn't ever do that, because it wouldn't feel like an accomplishment. Like when you do it on your own, and people are interested on their own, then it feels nice, right? But if it's bought, it's meaningless.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie, I was also one of the people that paid for the fucking Twitter badge thing, but I only did that because it's something I needed because of my channel. I'm considered an entertainer. because
Well,
doing
yeah,
this
and you
is
said there
pretty
were
much a
other
form of,
accounts, so I
yeah, and
understand.
also for that reason, because like I want people to know that I actually am the person behind my Twitter and not just some random troll on the internet.
Yeah. Yeah, my Twitter's a desolate wasteland now. I went through the whole thing and just, you know what I love about Twitter though? You have more control than YouTube where you can unfollow people for them. You can go in there and unfollow everyone from your own account and then block their. I love that shit. I wish YouTube was like that, that you could go in and just like make it so people can't even see your content. Oh my God. Instead of just privating, I wish there was an option of like you ban them, but they cannot see anything anymore. Oh, that would be glorious. I would be like,
Yeah.
this person.
Unfortunately, I doubt that that is ever going to happen because the only thing
No.
that you can really do is if you block somebody from your channel, they just can't comment. They can still see your shit.
Yeah. Well, they wonder why there's so many harassment issues and all of that when this is still going on. It's because people are still gonna I don't care if people passively hate watch. It's the people that aggressively do it, you know?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, man. I'm so, honestly, this is going to sound really effed up. But you know what? That old stream that I did talking toward knives and stuff, that was supposed to be for my personal archive. And you know what though? Thanks for that. And I'm going to say that unironically because you popped the pimple. Thank you for popping that zit because things were already going tits up. And that shit was like, once that came out, it severed, it cut the cord completely. You know, they thought that it was going to devastate me and all this, revealing that. And she predicted the attic would turn on me. But what she didn't know was I was relieved. I mean, yeah, I did spout off like what the fuck over an old stream. You know, obviously I vented a little in my community post, but like honestly, great. Expose it. I don't care. It was an old stream and honestly, it wasn't anything that I said that other people have not said. It was an old stream and at the time like I did not like at the time I was just speaking my mind, right? And then when they started dating and all this, I said, "Hey, she's a grown woman. I'm not going to be involved." If I was such a snake, why wouldn't I turn then? Because and actually I think it showed more of my character that I put aside my personal thoughts about the dude and didn't make it a thing at all and was cordial and everything else. And I had even apologized to him in a chat and I thought he understood what I was alluding to. He said it was fine. I thought, hey, smoothed it over. Cool. Whatever. But you know what, though? All this proves is that nobody's changed. You know, this isn't the way to show people you've changed, is to do what they do in the background. So it's only exposing that, you know, and I know that people have told you this too, or said this in regard to you. Oh, we warned them. We warned them. They say they warned us, right? They're people that didn't like us. There's a difference because all they did was talk shit. They didn't warn us. They did not treat us in a way that would even be a place to converse. So I don't know what I don't even know what the fuck that means. Oh, we warned you. Yeah, we don't know you people. What do you mean? Like, it's not like they were providing a safe environment for us to even have a conversation. Oh, a Cap.
Yeah.
Oh yes, Cap. I did see the Daddy O 05 stuff is back. And I had covered that back in the day. I think they actually
Oh,
struck me for it. That was a terrible.
Daddy 05 is
It
the
was.
worst.
It's so awful. So terrible.
What they did to those children. Oh, they
I
need to
was
be put
behind.
away for a long time for that.
Tay, do you want to come up? I'm just chilling today. If you don't, that's fine. But let me know if you want a link. I'm just chatting. If you want to
Who,
come up,
Tater
Cap,
Toddies?
Tater Toddies or Captain, they're chill. They've known me a long time. Cap and Tay have known me a very long time. Okay,
Oh,
let's see. Let
yeah.
me get out there. I'll just put it in there and I'll delete it afterwards. But yeah, they've seen a lot of they've seen me through a lot of things. That's the thing. They've seen me through a lot of crazy situations.
Yeah, you know what else I thought was really funny? I
Hmm.
wasn't angry at MFW for saying this either. I just laughed at it. She was like, "Oh, he ain't nothing but a failure to launch nerd."
Yeah, I mean that's not even that mean, honestly. I mean it's not nice, but it's kind of funny. I don't know. She claimed that she would have a conversation with me, MFW, and it's like, I mean, I don't know. I don't foresee it being productive. Like, I would be down for it, but I don't think it would be productive.
Yeah. And somebody else, I don't know if you saw this comment or not, but somebody else left a comment on my channel, and I told Woody Widow about this already. But somebody else left a comment on my channel telling me, unfortunately, you're going to have to learn the hard way. How am I going to learn the hard way?
I don't know. I think, honestly, I wouldn't really take that to heart because really everyone on YouTube learns as they go. Like it's not like other jobs where you properly well, like you can learn how to do the technical stuff, but like a lot of it is trial and error when it comes to the social aspect of YouTube. You can't really predict what's going to happen and it is a lot of trial and error and them saying that almost like okay, they're using that as a dig, but I think everyone kind of learns the hard way on YouTube. I feel like I feel like everyone does and the important part is that you do learn though and that you do learn from the things which is easier said than done. It takes a lot of time. Oh hey,
Hey,
Yeah.
hey girl,
Hello, Tay.
what's up, guys?
we're just hanging out today. I
I
couldn't be
feel
fucked to watch MFW right now. Maybe
ya.
later. Maybe later.
I had to point out a little something yesterday. It did seem like a mask totally lifted when she realized people were forgiving her in the chat after she was crying. I was like, what is even going on?
Totally.
Uh,
Totally. It was like, oh, they got it. They bought it. Okay.
Yeah. And then I'm not gonna, I really do want to cheer on people who are like dealing with sobriety issues and things like that. But I have to say, when she poured the vodka bottle down the drain, she's like, it was $10, but she just recently got paid a whole bunch of money, didn't she?
Yeah.
So that was a little sus. I mean, hey, anybody can make a turnaround in life, but damn.
Hmm. Hey, I say it all the time that if she really means it, I will not keep reacting. And I do wish anyone to turn their life around. I'm just not the enabling type. I'm gonna like I don't know, I'm just a different personality. Like I've known people with addictions, like not unlike a lot of people, right? And a lot of us have seen the way they can lie, and it takes time to see if someone's really grown or
I've
turned
had
their life around.
problems with alcohol myself.
Yeah, it's no joke, right? It's tough. I don't know. I mean, I said with the hospital thing, she should have went straight to inpatient after that. I said, this is her chance. Go to rehab, get out of that hospital and go straight to rehab. And I wish she would have done that.
Yeah, and she also, Hussey also mentioned that she he was trying to actually get her to go to the hospital because she had something regarding sepsis.
Mm-hmm. Well, they were worried about it, right? I don't know.
Sepsis can kill you. Sepsis is one of those, like, you could think you're going to make it, but all of a sudden your health will take a wild turn. Your body won't be able to fight the infection. Sometimes even people in the hospital with sepsis cannot be saved. So it is very crucial if you are experiencing symptoms of sepsis, look it up, because it's very crucial if you take action when you feel like you've got it. And it's always better safe than sorry, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like with shit like that, she said that she didn't want to go to the hospital. You can't bullshit around about stuff like that because it can get critical and it can kill you.
Yeah, for sure. And people were wanting to call wellness check and all this. Like, people were clearly worried about her and clearly worried about her safety and everything. Like, I don't wish anyone to have health problems, even people I don't like. I don't wish it because it's sad. Nobody wants to go through health problems. No one wants to deal with health issues. I mean, I don't wish this kind of shit on her favorite word, enemy. Like, I would never. Peritonitis, what was that word? Peritonic. Oh, I can't read. I don't know that word, but that sounds scary. You guys see this one? How do you say that? Peritonitis?
She
Not
had uh,
Oh, it can kill as well. Okay.
she had peritonitis, not sepsis. Oh, okay.
Okay, well, I've heard that is kind of like sepsis, right?
I think. I'm not sure.
Hmm. Well, they said it can also kill people too, and it sounds kind of similar where it's like you don't want to play around with it, and you can. Oh, I'm sorry, Tammy, that you went through that with addiction, and I'm glad that you sounds like you did get help and took care of it. But yeah, I mean, it's a lot of people have gone through addiction and conquered it, and I always say, like, anybody that has done that, I'm not going to judge anyone that has overcome it. And even people that currently are in addiction that stream, there's people I won't cover because they're not mean. Like, I mean, I don't like that they're monetizing their stuff, but at the same time, it's like they're not like doing anything to anyone. And so, I leave it be. Mary Jane says it's an infection in your abdomen. Oh, that sounds painful.
Oh, snap.
Well, her whole stomach is gonna, like, her whole stomach is internally bleeding. I think they need to reverse the surgery ASAP. They need to
Are
just do it
they?
now. I
Are
didn't
they
even
able to
know.
reverse that surgery? Because she
She
says
claims they
sometimes that
could.
yeah, she says like her stomach wasn't up in her ribs, like they pushed it out up. They didn't take it out completely. This is what she said. And then they said, or she said that they're going to try to reconnect it. And I'm like, wait a second.
Hey,
So
Brandy.
does that mean your
Talk to me.
stomach was inside your body, like dead or what?
I don't know. And I don't even know if they can reverse it. That's the other thing. She's such an unreliable narrator that it's like, I mean, can they? Can they fix it at this point? And I mean, hopefully they can. I Oh, by the way, Brandy, I sent your cup out yesterday. I put a little something in there too for the weight, but let me know when you get it, girl. Super excited.
I've had a couple people in my life who have suggested they were going to get one of these surgeries. Now I can't remember which one. I think it was the sleeve. And I literally went on a mission to teach them about why this is a bad idea. Like, we need our bodies. Yes, some people may be extremely overweight, but if there's a will, there's a way. And this is coming from someone who's struggled up and down with my own health issues, like eating disorders. Sometimes I restrict, and then if I eat after restricting for a couple of months, then I gain weight. And so I've had to go
Mm-hmm.
to years of therapy to kind of understand that it's a mental thing. As much as it is a physical thing, it's also a mental thing. And I just think that a lot of people like to take the easy way out.
Yeah. Well, I also like, I think I'm not a professional medically, obviously, but the sleeve is a little less intrusive. And if someone is really hell bent on getting a weight loss surgery, I know a lot of people get worried they'll gain it back because the sleeve can grow, but it is like it seems less intrusive for the body and easier to bounce back from, and also they have to change their lifestyle because the sleeve, because there is a when it comes to the sleeve, they know that they could gain it back. So it's almost like that's almost, although people talk about it like it's a bad thing, I see it as a good thing because you have to turn the lifestyle too and the mind. You can't just, it. I think also if someone gets the surgeries, they need to do therapy along with it. Like a lot of people do the physical and don't do the mental. And I have empathy for it, of course. Like most of us can relate to weight fluctuations and things like that, myself too. But as far as some people, like, she was a really big person and, she often says she regrets doing it at all. And I do feel, obviously empathy for it because she does not follow the doctor's orders, but also I can assume that, or I can tell that it's very uncomfortable, her life. And she has a lot of problems. Like, I don't know. Who's the girl? Oh, who's the girl private dancer that people are covering? They better not be covered. I think I know what you're about to say, private dancer. Let me know. I was actually upset when I saw people reacted to her. And I think I know who you're talking about.
Who is it now?
I want to wait to see if it's the same person because I don't want to say they're getting so much, like they're getting so much shit. And oh, that's a different one. Okay, Quirky Lover Rosie. I haven't heard of them. Let me see who they are. I don't
There
know.
was somebody I actually covered a while ago. YTR, have you ever heard of Playmate Tessie?
No.
Well, she was this girl that pretty much became infamous because she decided to go on stream and she did a sleep stream and she had recorded her dad yelling about her mother, his ex-wife, and he was calling her all sorts of names. And then she got really, 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 really controversial for mocking a girl with cancer. And then she went on Dr. Phil. And now she still has a channel, I think, but she doesn't really get much attention anymore because her time came and went.
Oh, this person's only got like 2,000 a little over 2,000 subs. Like, that's barely, I don't know. And then she's going to have all these communities. That's tough. She's barely even getting started.
It is. Yeah, I know.
People
And like,
don't get it. Like, that's
exactly.
hard.
Yeah, like especially if you're new, like you've never, I think we've all remember our first time in a real big like moment, right? We all remember what that feels like. We're like, we don't know what's going on. We have no idea how to respond. At least that was my experience.
I think she's had her channel longer though, because the first video on this channel says 11 days ago and has over 3K views. Whenever that's the case, this means that, and this isn't a dig at her or anything, it just means that she's privated older videos. So she doesn't even have that many on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I definitely remember my first time being YouTube famous. It was last year.
Oh my gosh.
I don't even know. I've had shit pop up like over the years and it's just never slowing down. So I just don't pay a mind. Well, I do sometimes if I feel I have to address it when it's spiraled far enough. But for the most part, the best thing to do is just avoid it, which I'm not always the best at. I'm trying to be better. Cat!
You know, the thing about it is, hey,
hello,
Cat.
Hey.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hey, boo, hey.
What's up, girl?
Not much. I just wanted to say hi. And whoever I interrupted, you can go ahead.
Oh, no worries. So I was gonna say the thing about it is, and you'll realize over time, honey, that I have really bad ADD, and I will like accidentally interrupt all the time. So don't ever feel bad if you accidentally interrupt me, because honey, it's gonna happen with me. So what was I saying? Because see, now I'm already sidetracked. I don't even remember at this point, so I'm just gonna let it roll on.
I don't know. I've had shit pop up in like multiple timelines, different communities. I don't even want to bring it up because then people are going to find out some shit. So I'm just going to. This one that most people know about is the girl world, but that was not the initial timeline. No. The girl world stuff was, and that stemmed from when I was on Monty's panel, that's when it started to kick off initially in this timeline.
I think I remember that.
Yeah. And in the first time, like the whole if you ever hear the rumor that I'm like a phobe, it's because I brought up that Pete needs to go to therapy and not just listen to Twitter about identity issues, which isn't a phobic thing to say. I think anyone should find themselves. I mean, obviously, that doesn't mean you have to log off from the internet, but I was just saying he needs to soul search. And I guess they all lost their shit. And I was like, wow, that's not even a controversial opinion, but whatever. And I didn't even say anything negative about identity issues. I just said, he should soul search. He should, find himself, maybe some therapy. And he obviously was miserable in general and needed therapy anyways. So,
no matter what anybody's like identification is and what they choose and their pronouns are, I would say that to anybody if they were struggling.
Me too. I didn't even think it was.
Same here.
That's my advice for anyone. But anyways, their community is a bit sensitive, whatever. Well, it was this bitch that hated me anyway because, I shouldn't call her that, but this person that I dislike.
That's why I love you so much.
Anyways, she has a problem everywhere she goes because she's just an uptight a-hole to everybody. And it wasn't just me. It's funny because people rallied with her. And then she ended up getting booted from them too because she's one of those people that just doesn't get along with anyone. But for some reason at the time, people were rallying with her and whatever. And so that was the first initial thing. And I was like, no, that is not what I was saying. And then Monty did steer the conversation away. And so I was like, okay, whatever. And so we ended up but there was also that was like the initial thing. And then there's just other things from all of that. Oh, wait, hold on. Somebody says Russ joked about essay and grape.
Yeah, there was actually that was the reason that Negs did all those streams about me, was because I had lied about that. I didn't joke about it. I just lied about it.
Okay. Yeah, it sounds like you are not happy about that. Like you realized that was wrong, right?
Of course I realized it was wrong. It was fucked up.
I know.
Completely fucked up.
Yeah, I don't think anything like that should be lied about, which he knows that. I don't think it's okay to lie about things like that. Why did you do that?
Because I'm stupid. I thought that it would, get me views, and it didn't. It backfired.
Oh my God. I wish I would have known you back then. I would have told you not to do it. I would have told you behind the scenes, like, please don't do that. But hey, I don't know. I hope that you learned from it.
I did learn from it. I learned from it. I've been learning from everything. I'm still learning as I go. There's a lot of things that I still have to learn about.
Yeah.
I see that almost on a weekly basis. And to be totally honest, at least you have the self-awareness to be transparent about it, to try to understand the wrongs and move forward and change certain behaviors. And then, hey, at least even in the future, you own up to this shit. So you're on a good track. Just never make those little mistakes again, and you should be good to go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
I mean,
it's not the end all or be all.
Yes, Tay.
for sure. I honestly, like, I've fucked up bad too. So I don't want to sound like I'm on a high horse because I fucked up so bad recently. You know, they just kept like they were talking about like my real life and they were saying things that I knew that they learned from my ex-friends. It was exaggerated stuff, but it triggered my ass. And that's not an excuse. It really isn't. I shouldn't have done it, but it's hard. Um I just hate it. I hate it's like honestly, I feel like regret for things I've said, and it's tough to have something happen when it's like public and you cringe at it after the fact and you're like, I wish I could take it back. I wish I could crawl into my skin and just I don't know.
I feel you, dude. Hell, I mean, I have felt so embarrassed for some of what other people say. Like, it won't even be my ass half the time. I'll just be embarrassed for other people.
Yeah, don't worry. I'll put this on members after because I just wanted a casual hangout. But I'm sure someone will grab it, but whatever.
Yeah, we know that AK and the hot Discord rejects over there, they're probably gonna grab this and react to it. 'Cause
Oh,
that's what
they
do.
can if they want. I honestly, I'm look, if people want to, the only thing that's happened since people have started doing that is I get more people that have subbed every time. So and
Yeah.
it's not just about views for me. I don't care regardless, but if I need to see a positive so that I'm not dwelling on the negative all the time. So it's my way to kind of be like, well, let's look at a positive thing and, that's how I do it, but yeah, I don't think we should joke about that, guys, but I'm not going to say, oh, we're never going to talk to him over it. I think he's owned up to it. And obviously, I really hope you don't do it again, Russ. And if you do, I will be in your DMs saying, bro, what the fuck?
No, I'm not gonna do it again. I haven't done it again.
Yeah, yeah. I get that.
I
It's
don't make
tough.
content like that no more. So I like I
Did you
said,
private them? I would suggest it.
no, I just deleted those videos.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good. That's good.
I just
Yeah,
got rid of it completely.
that's good. That's what I would do too. It sucks. I don't think it's, obviously that sort of thing isn't funny. I know sometimes we think we're having dark humor or we're just being edgelords, and then it's like, okay, it's when you get out of that moment, it's really problematic, right? So
Yeah, no,
I
like none of that stuff is funny. It's not. It's very
no,
serious.
yeah, it's sick. It's sick and twisted, and
And I have a lot of sympathy for because I am a victim of that myself from when I was younger. I have a lot of sympathy for people that do go through that, women and men.
mhm,
It's just not fucking funny.
yeah, I totally get it.
100%. Like I try to think online when I see someone, like, and maybe I don't agree with their opinion, right? Maybe we didn't get off to the best foot. I still, in my worst of times on YouTube, have had an enormous amount of empathy in my responses and how I move on this platform because you never fucking know, excuse my language, what someone is going through. You know what I mean? You just
Mhm,
don't know. And like, I don't know what decisions could be made by that person because of necessarily maybe pressure of my response or some things that I was talking about or truth finding and truth seeking as I do as a person. I'm a big truth seeker and truth finder. And it's just, it just, you just got to take a second back to think like, wow, all these people do have lives, you know what I mean? And maybe my interaction wasn't necessarily the most positive experience, but I can take a step back and not engage actively in negativity in a massive sense towards like one specific person. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I'll be
Yeah.
honest. The times that I've lashed out, they were demeaning me in a type of way, and I wanted to do it back. I wanted them to feel what I felt. That is wrong. It's not okay. Um, and that's it. That's the truth. And it was fucked up. And it's something, I regret it when it happens. And but also I'm just kind of like, the people that do that, they're miserable, and the best thing to do is just make sure that we don't get sucked in, right? We don't stoop to the level. We don't get sucked in, because of course it's not like a movie where, these people are going to keep doing that shit. It's not one of those things where everyone learns their lesson. We can only control what we do with what's happened. So it's like the best thing to do is try and grow from it. And we can't control anyone but our own individual selves. And so it's like, yeah, is it fucked up is it embarrassing to admit, yeah, they hurt me, I wanted to hurt them back? Yeah, that's fucking stupid. It's immature. And
Oh yeah, people have hurt me on this platform to like no ends. And do not get me wrong, I have like verbally popped off on a few motherfuckers, not even gonna lie. But like I've never gone to the same extent that someone's done stuff to me because it has hurt me so deeply. But I've wanted to.
I've never gone. The people that I've snapped at, I'm not trying to excuse it, but if y'all knew the shit in the background that I ignore every day, every fucking hour, and I'm successful at ignoring that shit, and then the one time that I don't ignore something, and I feel ashamed in myself, but I want to say that, like, I do actively, I'm always having to do that, so it can be hard to always have to have that. It's exhausting. It's exhausting, and there's no other way to describe it.
It is very exhausting. And it, as much as people like to like hide this fact, but it does affect your overall mood as a person, I would say. At least it does for me.
I think I'm working on that, but yeah, it can.
Yeah, and YTR, I do actually want to ask you about this because I had seen your video regarding the BDSM joke stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, ask me anything.
I never thought, when actually looking at Bridget responding to one of my videos that I did about her, I never thought that you actually wanted anything like that to happen to her.
Yeah, I'll explain, but I didn't want to go into detail in my apology video. And I will say I did edit the part where they call it a non-apology because I was going off the cuff. I didn't want it super edited or curated. It wasn't my intent to deviate from just owning up in the topic, and I fucked up in that way, but I did clip that part out. But when it comes to, like, okay, in BDSM, hog tie is not specific to grape. It isn't simultaneous with grape. A lot of people do it willingly, happily. It's very, like, in my understanding, when I was researching, it's pretty normal and common. Even like double pen is also not just associated with that. Like, there's a ton of things, but I wasn't thinking about what, in my head, I was not picturing it the way that people took it. But when I heard it, I understood I understood their perspective, right? And I was mortified. But some people took it different ways, some people took what I said different ways, which I understand that. And that's part of why I'm like, wow, I was not thinking, and honestly, I really just wanted to say, girl, go live, get fucked. And I should have just said that. And I made a really fucked up attempt at humor. I shouldn't have said it. At the time, there was a lot of things being said personally about me that were very degrading and very dehumanizing. And I simply was trying to vent, and it was just bad. I shouldn't have done it, but I don't know. I very much cringe at it now. People are acting like I had a fantasy of some sort. No, I was just being an idiot. I was just trying to make an edgy joke, but it wasn't. I was not trying to imply that she should be assaulted, raped, any of that. People say they don't believe that. I don't know, but that's just, I don't know what else to say because that was not in my mind. I didn't really picture it either when I brought it up, which, yeah, it was terrible.
I don't know why she thinks that.
Well, I was honest. I'm going to be 100% about this because, like, this is a small chat, right? But I was actually planning on doing a very direct apology to her, even given what she says about me. However, she released something talking about stuff about my real life and degrading my relationship, my man who has nothing to do with any of this, and basically being very emboldened with some misinformation she got from people that knew me with things. And like, I literally, like, I'm not going to grovel to someone that's going to do that. She released that like around the same, I think it was like the day before, but I wasn't even like, and when I saw it, I was like, my heart was beating so fast. Like guys, like, I cannot address her personally because of it. I'm sorry. I can't do it. Like,
Yeah, that's how Bridget is, unfortunately.
yeah, but also no one gives a shit when she does it. You know, no one gives a shit when anyone else does it. Like, and they do talk about the comment I made at Vicky's old channel. Still, I thought we weren't supposed to make fun of people sexually, but they do it to me all the time. I shouldn't have brought up that whole thing because then people took that like I was making an excuse. But that was degrading and humiliating and all kinds of shit. And they still are talking about that kind of shit. Like,
yeah,
they don't treat me like they do not treat. Sorry, go ahead. You cut off a little bit.
It's okay. I understand where you're coming from in terms of your relationship. I'm single, but if I had a girlfriend, I wouldn't want her to be unnecessarily dragged into any of this shit either.
Well, I never brought him up. People outed my real, like, I never. Well, I had one like a long time ago, but I have a whole new audience now, and nobody even knew about him. And then people turned on me, and like that, I was dealing with that whole thing that had happened like a month before she started reacting to me. And they were going around telling everyone shit. Like, that's a lot to deal with. That is a lot at once. And I let it affect me, which it shouldn't. But I would be a sociopath if it didn't. Like, I don't know how I don't know. But I'm trying to work through it still.
It is a lot to deal with, especially when you have a partner, boyfriend,
Cheryl,
girlfriend,
you
whatever.
don't need to be like that. I'm going to put you in a timeout because we're not going to kick him off the panel just because you don't like him. I'm sorry. He already apologized for that stuff. And you know what? As someone that constantly apologized about shit and people still hold me to shit I've done from over a year ago, I do get it's annoying. Sorry. Not trying to be rude.
Do you want me to continue?
Oh, no, go ahead, hon. No problem.
All right. As I was saying, it is very invasive and disrespectful to bring up somebody's partner, especially when they have absolutely nothing to do with, I'm not going to make any assumptions about your personal life, YTR, because I don't know if, your whoever you're with has a YouTube channel or not.
No, they don't. They are not a public person at all.
Okay, but so going off of that, it's very invasive and disrespectful to bring somebody that has absolutely nothing to do with any of this whatsoever into it.
And he's he is a fucking, he is such a good person. Like, he actually, people don't even realize, like, that dude is like, he makes me want to be a better person. And that's why it upsets me so much because it's like like, hate me all you want, but like, we're nothing alike. Like, going after him has nothing to do with any shit that I'm involved in.
Yeah, I mean, if you have problems with a person, just keep it with the person that you have problems with. Don't be bringing outsiders into it that have nothing to do with it.
He's the one always telling me not to fuck with shit. You know, he's the one always telling me don't react and don't, like, he's the one that is always trying to inspire me to like grow and be better. And you know, I don't know what I'd do without someone like that in my corner.
Who?
So,
Her boyfriend.
Oh, okay. My bad.
I don't know. But anyway, I won't talk about that any further, but it's like, it's hard to grieve a friendship of a couple people at the same time as like people start to react to my stuff, and I'm still grieving like stuff very publicly, and I have to hold it in all the time. And I'm usually pretty good at it, but sometimes it like I don't know. Like
It just gets to you
sometimes
sometimes.
I don't think anyone understands what that's like to always. I even try and protect the people that didn't like me
same.
anymore. I tried to
Same.
protect. I didn't say their names. I didn't say things about their
Mhm.
life. I didn't bring up all the circumstances leading up to it. I mean, there was a member stream that was taken, that was behind a paywall, taken and shared, that was never supposed to see the light of day. I tried to protect that and privating it, and then people took it. And then they're not even mad at the people that took it and republished it to over 1,000 of people. Like,
oh, it'll never be the people that actually do the shit.
yeah,
It'll just be the
I
you. 'cause
apologize
you
for
act-
that
yeah.
stream. Like, I apologize if that ever happened. After it happened, and then they were still like, stop talking about us. By me apologizing, I was trying to fix it, but it didn't matter. Nothing I did mattered. Like, so I don't know. That all happened like around the same time that all this other stuff is happening. So people are like, oh, you're weak. You need to get over this. You're too sensitive. They don't realize all the shit going on in the background, and then all the shit publicly, and then all this other shit that was a lot more personal that happened. It's not as simple as what they think it is. There's a lot to it. There are people that really betrayed me in a way, like, and you know, they're sticking up for MFW's betrayal of Orange. There are people that betrayed me in such a fucking deep way, and that are congratulated. It makes me sick. And they're congratulated by the same people that pretend like they think this is wrong.
100%.
People have done the
yes.
same to me.
Some people have said the most disgusting, most vile, heart-wrecking things about an experience in my life, my stillborn daughter.
Yes.
There was two people that literally went on and on and on in various different chats, threatening me. It was just insane. But
That's
I
fucked
still,
up.
oh yeah. And it is the worst experience. Oh, just vile people. Vile people.
The worst people ever.
The worst of the worst.
Yeah.
And their stuff is put under the rug. No one really addresses it. I'm even told to shut up. I am told to shut the F up about a situation, but another person will speak about it. The person who told me to shut up will go and speak about my life's experience, but tell me to shut up publicly. It is insane. The type of stuff that I've had to compartmentalize to even be soft enough to enjoy friendly experiences. Like, it didn't turn me sour. You know what I mean? Because I've compartmentalized all that pain. I hold it all in. I've even talked to my counselors and therapists about it, because it is one of those things that it was just so gut-wrenching to go through.
And you shouldn't have to go through that. You know what? Like, nobody should have to get used to that.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. That's the issue. It's like, I'm so used to this type of abuse that even I go out of my way to minimalize it. I have purposely gone out of my way to minimalize it, because in my mind, I've somehow thought if I minimalize it, maybe they'll stop. But in ultimate reality, it's gone on for years and years and years and years. Like, attacks towards my family, attacks towards my husband, attacks towards my personal life, my personal choices, my past before you even ever had a YouTube channel, the fact that I was a stripper back in the day. They have, you know, a very short time in my life. I was very young, before my children.
And it doesn't matter, honestly.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. That's your past.
They're the same people that would. They're the same people that would say yes, queen, to a friend if they did that life. You know,
exactly. And I've got those people. I've got those people that are like, you know what, you did what you did. And it wasn't like I was,
Exactly.
the worst of the worst. It was nice. There was it wasn't like a nude one. You had to be dressed. The laws prohibited being fully nude. So there are strip clubs like that. And, it was one of those things. I was literally barely 21. You know
But
what I
it's
mean?
also none of their fucking business.
But exactly. And
You
that's the
know?
line they crossed
Preach.
many
Period.
times. They crossed
Period.
that line so many times, and they would
And I
always say,
thought
"Oh,
we
well,
didn't
you talked about it,
stigmatize these things anymore. Like I thought
right?"
that we did. I
Sex
thought we were
positivity,
above that. Yeah.
sex positivity, and that was like over a decade, almost a decade ago, in a year. That was a year of my life, and I am ridiculed, judged, and harassed for various different parts of just being a human being and having an experience. You know what I mean? Some people will cheer it on.
100%.
Some people are like, "Oh, go girl." But I'm like, there are still parts of me that feel really messed up when they go ahead and attack me about these things.
Yeah, for sure. And it's none of their fucking business, and it's none of their concern, and it doesn't affect them. And really, I mean, it's something where it's like it's just part of your life. It's just a blip in your life, a lived experience. You have nothing to be
Yep.
guilty for, and they're holding it against you. Like, and these people, the same people that do it, are the same. Sorry, guys, this has become a bitch fest, but I'm in a mood today, and it's nice to
It's
talk to
fine.
people that kind of understand it.
It's fine. Go ahead.
I don't even remember where I was going. I hate it. I hate that people dig into shit and then they're like, oh, this is why this person isn't a good person. Like, who are you to say it? That's the other thing. These people that are so judgmental, it's not like they're like outstanding members of society or have accomplished a lot of things. Like, who are you to judge someone else's life? Like, fuck off. Nobody cares. Unfortunately, actually, some people do care, and that's the problem. It gets perpetuated. That's where I have an issue with it. It's just, it becomes, oh, thank you, Jay Haired. Also, I am reading y'all's comments. I just don't want to disrupt the flow of conversation, but thank you guys for being here and stuff. We're just having a really just chill sesh. But, and
Yeah,
it's like,
it always has bugged me is people that have nothing to do with someone's life feel like they're entitled to know everything.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yes.
I have like a hardcore stalker, and she has been a hardcore stalker for years now, and we've had it out like tat for tat a couple of times. But outside of that, I've always been an advocate for like, leave me alone, I'll leave you alone, leave me alone, I'll leave you alone. Like, you know what I mean? And so it got to the point where it's like the investment into my personal life is truly disturbing. Like, I could give a F less about like her personal life. And I've never even spoken about it. Would never even dare, because I don't care about it. But she goes out of her way to literally invest herself into like conspiring theories about my life if I don't speak on a subject, or making up like, or just like finding every little detail about my life, like where I grew up, who is my family, all of it, every social media she finds me on, every group chat she finds me in, it's so weird. It is so disturbing, the level of personal investment into my real life.
It absolutely is. Especially when it's somebody that doesn't have anything better to do.
Exactly. Like, why do these people find it like interesting to go into like your personal life, YTR? Like, why are they conspiring about your boyfriend? Like, why are they making these, like, it just is weird to me. Does that not seem like totally bizarre to you? Because that's weird.
Sorry, I missed that.
Is.
I had to use the restroom quick, but
it's okay.
I didn't want to interrupt to say 1 second. By the way, I don't appreciate people saying, oh, see, now they're back with another thing. You know what? You can go, and I'm going to put this on another setting because I'm not dealing with it today. We addressed that. Just more ringing into the void. I'm really tired of it. Like, there's not one creator on here that hasn't fucked up. And the thing is, some people take ownership and some people don't. If people I associate with, if they've taken ownership, I also don't believe in the whole, like, oh, if somebody's friend did something, it means you did it. I'm not in control of anyone else's actions, but I'm not a yes man. And if I do associate with someone and they fuck up, I'll let them know. I'm fine with that, but I'd rather do it personally and not, some conversations are better to be had off panel.
Exactly.
Like, they were holding
Very
my
true.
friends. That was the other thing. They were holding my friends accountable for like the BDSM joke and berating them. It was disgusting. It was fucked up. Then she made fun of their weight. I'm like, they have nothing to do with any of this. And they put them in such a weird position. And then I was like, I released my thing. I'm like, God, my friend should not be held. They have nothing to do with it. And they knew behind the scenes that I regretted it. I'd already talked to them. I know we discussed it, but guys, if you come in late and then you want to have it be repeated over and over, then I'm not going to feed into it. You already addressed it earlier. You could rewatch the replay. But it just hurt. And then, of course, I had to tell them, like, oh, my God, I'm so sorry because I feel terrible. Being like, wow, this happened to them. They have nothing to do with this.
Exactly. Watch the replay. I'm not going to repeat myself.
Well, the replay is going to be gone anyway, but whatever.
Oh, all right.
Someone will restream it, I'm sure. I'll put it on members.
Oopsie.
Whatever. You know what though? Speaking of, there were people that claimed that something was a deleted stream and they were re-streaming it. And so it was only on members, but I made it public again just to be like, no, they're lying. It's not deleted. Why would I delete something? Then I would lose my revenue on it. Nobody deletes streams, okay? They're probably going to put it behind a paywall or unlisted or private it. They're not going to delete a stream because then you lose everything and you lose your positive analytics.
Yep.
But it sounds more dramatic. Deleted stream. Yeah.
YTR, you should see everything that that people have been saying about me on Kiwi Farms. It's insane.
Oh, I'm sure. Don't pay it any mind. It's honestly, Kiwi Farms is going to do what Kiwi Farms does. I don't even go on there. I have a couple friends that might say, oh, this or that is said, but I don't really pay a mind to it because you can't control what they're going to say or think or whatever, and
yeah, their nickname for me now is Russtopher.
Sorry.
Everybody calls me that.
It's better than like retard or racist. They call me that.
Yes,
I would
yeah.
rather be called Russtopher any day. Can we please? Can we fucking...
Illusionist Russtopher.
I don't know. Can you believe? I can't even get over that dumb shit. I helped them so much. Oh my God.
It's mainly Hillbilly Belinda and all those other people that call me that.
Oh, well, they got triggered about, you know what? Don't even get me started. I wouldn't have even disliked her, but she got on her pearl clutching on some shit I did. And I was just like, wow. Okay, whatever. Whatever. She's on this mission to convince everyone that. No, I'm not even going to say that. I don't know. You can never tell who she's going to be cool with and who she's not. And it's very random. And it's like, okay, whatever. I thought she had a sense of humor, but she's not when it comes to me. I don't know about other people, but.
She probably still thinks I'm gay, which I think is hilarious.
See, you don't even give those vibes. I'm good. I'm good at knowing because I grew up in an environment where people have to hide that. And so we signal, like any of us that were like, well, I'm not gay, but I'm bi. So we had signals, So it's like, I can tell by vibes a lot of the time, but it depends. Some people are not as obvious, right? But I never got those vibes from you at all. And people were saying you were gay, and I was like, nah. Gigi, though, from the first video I saw of him, I knew he was gay before I knew right away.
Oh yeah. I could tell too. I could tell he was gay myself.
Yeah. Russtopher. Now that's gonna be in my head now. Just all day long, Russtopher. Guys, I found something so fucking funny.
It's one of these two. It's either Russtopher or it's Sussy Russy.
Oh, Sussy Russy. That's kind of funny.
That's what DC called me.
She called me a bitch, I think. I was like, oh, that hurts. Oh, well.
Yeah, she was like,
worse.
I remember actually seeing the Sunday tea that she did.
Oh, I don't watch anything
everybody
of that, but.
And she was screaming about you.
I
She
know.
was so pissed. She was
Someone
like, "Oh,
told
you
me.
are not a child."
Huh?
She said, "Oh, you're not a child." That's what she said about you on the stream that she did.
I never
Because of
claimed.
everything because of your community tab posts.
What does that have to do with anything? I didn't claim to be a child. I said they fucked me over. They used me completely.
I know.
And they're talking like I was clout chasing. That only applies for people that I'm the one that still has a fucking chance. You want to get mean? They're mean as fuck. Let's be real. I'm the one that still has the channel. That's why they came to me. They want to talk like I used them. Fuck out of here. All I did was get heat for it over and over. Honestly, it probably hindered my growth. I had some people unsub over that shit.
It hindered mine too because of all of this. I had
they're all so self-important. They think they help perpetuate people. No, they're channel killers. You are reputation killers. You're channel killers. Oh yeah, the secret handshake, Freddie. You know it. Elizabeth, that's not nice. We all work at the Olive Garden. We don't need jobs. And you're still here in the middle of the day, too. So I don't want to hear any judgment. You know what else? I'm sorry.
What did she say?
I love when everyone is still around in the middle of the day telling everyone else to get jobs. Well, obviously, we're all chilling. So maybe you're on a break. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. But come on. Let's not be mean to each other about it. It's the reality of the situation.
Yeah, that's such an age-old insult. Get a job.
Well, he does have a job. He can work at the Olive Garden.
Yeah, YTR, send me an application. I'll fill it out for you.
Yeah, that's the other thing. I'm like, I'm sorry, but I mean, you could tell someone to get a job, but it just seems a little mean, don't you think? Like, I don't know.
It's pointless because what does it do? I mean, the majority of people that are told that don't actually end up going and doing it.
I don't know. It's I mean, the same people that tell us to get a job throw money at MFW. So what the fuck do they want? Like, they don't care that she's not. She's the only person allowed to be jobless, I guess, or sick. The rest of us.
Well, simping for her. For what, I don't know.
Oh, she had evil people cheering her on, telling her to drink some more. I wasn't even around that night, so they can't even blame my crew, even though they don't say those things. But I was like, yeah, it's her own people telling her to drink, which we already knew that happens.
Yeah, people need to stop doing that because she's obviously struggling enough with her alcohol problems. It doesn't need to be encouraged to get worse.
Yeah, like, I get that people do have to eat and pay, and but like, now she's monetized on Twitch, so maybe she can rely on that for her income and not e-beg so much. because I don't want to be a hypocrite. I'm never going to say, oh, someone can't be monetized on a platform, because I am. That's hypocritical. But it's like, it's one thing for someone to like get revenue from people just being there than people like throwing their money at her. There's very much of a difference in my eyes anyway.
Yeah, it's the same with me because
Yes, Jay Harrod,
I'm
100%.
not I'm not monetized anymore either, and I don't. That's not the main reason I do this. I do content for the same reason that everybody else does it. It's fun. You know, I have fun
Yeah.
on here. I like to talk to people on here.
Yeah, I love talking to people, but that's my problem, because I'm like, yay, I love being social. And then I'm like, oh, wait, not everyone has that mentality. Some people have ulterior motives.
That they definitely do.
I mean, I don't mind if they're like I said, if people are like, they like talking, and then, yeah, there's something good that comes out of it with their channel. But like, if they're only doing it for their channel, then I don't know. YouTube is so corrupt. I miss the old days.
It is.
Aaron, you're not going to like this one. You don't like when we get sensitive, so I'm going to trigger warning you that you might hate this one.
It's definitely a fickle industry.
Yeah. I like YouTube, though. It's super fun. There's positives of it. It just sucks when... Also, I'm just teasing, Aaron. I'm just teasing. But I like it. There's a lot of positives. I love that, it's a place to hang out. We stream. We have a good time. It's just sometimes a lot happens at once, and it can be jarring, to say the least. I mean, she wants boobs, but damn, she needs to get a jack-o'-lantern smile face. Oh my
shit.
God, Aaron. But you know what, though? The whole boob thing. Hey, Jaws. Oh, and hey, everyone. The whole boob job thing is like, oh my God, girl. Saving your life means nothing. The boob job is what's important.
Right? I know.
I think it was Brandy that said earlier that, like, sorry if I got it wrong, but they're like, how do we know this person? I know a few of you guys were saying this too. So if I miss you, sorry. But people have said in my chat, like, how do we know this person's really serious about that? They could just be trolling her about it, right? And she's taking it at face value. She's doing it for the boob job, y'all. That's all it is.
I was thinking the same thing. I was like, what if it doesn't pan out, though? Is she going to go back to drinking?
Oh, for sure she will. She'll lose her mind. She'll be like, this person lied to me. They betrayed me. Da, da, da. Who knows? I think her exploding stomach should be priority. Call me crazy, but I can't imagine how
I don't
painful.
think she's ever going to stop drinking.
I don't either. And when I say that, people think I'm being a hater. It's because I'm sorry. I'm not saying that's what I want to happen. I'm just saying how I see it. I don't think she's going to stop. She can pour out a bottle all she wants. She'll just get another one.
Yeah.
So you're going to be interviewed on GPs, Russ?
I mean, he told me he does want to set something up, so I'm not sure. I told him I'd be fine. Listen.
Well, he's pretty.
I will always love GP. I will never have any problems with GP. GP will always be in my good graces. So.
Well, I don't know him, but I do want to say I didn't believe what the addicts said about him, because I know how far they take everything now. So, I don't know the dude either way, but he did seem to not get triggered by the mention of my handle. So I guess, I'll watch when he interviews you. Maybe he'll be fair. Hopefully.
Well, he already was fair with me when I was on with him. The first interview that I did with him. So.
Yeah, wasn't that on your panel when that happened?
No, that was that was just a stream. That wasn't an interview.
Yeah, I mean, where was it though?
It was on his channel.
Oh, okay. I did see it, but I forget where I saw it.
It's still up, I think.
Completely different topic. Gonna be the weirdest sidebar ever. But do any of you guys play Switch up here? And if so, this isn't just the Switch game, but do any of you guys play Dreamlight Valley?
No, I've
Dreamlight
only
Valley.
played Stardew.
I love Stardew
only-
Valley so much. And if you wanna play Stardew Valley with me, I'm totally down because I have like little house
Oh yay!
on my
I
car.
do want to.
I love it. I'm
The
so
only
obsessed with
video
Stardew
game-
Valley.
The only
Me
video
too.
game I play is just Grand Theft Auto. That's it.
Oh, Grand Theft Auto's fun.
That is so fun.
I will love Grand Theft Auto until I go to my grave.
But so I just want to suggest something. Seriously, guys, get a Switch because we could all connect our little Switches together and play games. Funny. Like, how simple is that?
That would be
You
fun.
go on like a Facebook marketplace, right? Or you get like a used one from like a pawn shop or whatever. You go to GameStop even, and they have used ones for sale. And they're much cheaper than the market ones. But if you've got a little extra cash lying around, the Switch with the handles is $2.99. And then the Switch like Lite is $1.99. So it's like, yes, it's a big purchase, but it's like a console. You know what I mean? It's like a game system.
I'm hoping for
So-
Christmas I can get it. And maybe
Ooh.
I'd be fine with doing that. I'd be fine with doing it, but I don't think I'd really be any good at that game.
well, you don't have
Right.
to be good at it. It's all good. We'll do expose on you for being bad at the game, and
Oh my
it'll be a
gosh.
big controversy.
Yeah, Illusionist
Exposed.
sucks at Dreamlight Valley. I already see it.
Josh did ask you something, Russ. She said, "Were you really faking the friendship with them undercover?"
Wait,
I think
what?
there's a
Can you repeat that?
Josh, she's just curious. She said, "We're at Russ. Were you faking the friendship with them undercover?"
I mean, for the most part, yeah, because I did want to kind of see how they were and how they operated and what their
I
MO
think
was.
faking's the wrong word. I think because you did like being around them. I could tell that. I think you were just you were probably just going along to get along, which a lot of people do that with them because they know how quickly they turn. I'm sure you were scared of that.
Yeah, that's pretty much the reason. But I don't hate any of them.
But
I've said
were you
before, I don't
faking or
hate 'em.
no? Sorry, I shouldn't even assume your position about it.
No, I don't hate any of them. I just decided, look, I can't, because seeing all the stuff that they were saying, like I said, the racism and the calling people Nazis, I decided I couldn't be a part of it anymore.
Yeah, I mean,
And that's why
that's
I did the
crazy.
stream that I did.
So where's that come from? Did you said you were faking to be friends? Is that something you said or what?
Yeah, I had mentioned that I was just pretty much going undercover over there just because I wanted to see what they were like and what type of content they did, and it wasn't good.
Yeah. So I guess, yeah, sorry, I shouldn't have interjected my own perspective on it because for me, I never faked anything, but I was very aware of you have to get along, otherwise it became
Otherwise,
very
they will
clear.
go full nuke mode on
They'll
you.
go IRL for sure.
Mm-hmm.
They're such liars in front. I'm sorry that I keep bringing it to this, but I'm just disgusted. I can't even believe it.
I don't blame you.
I'm not
I do
even
not
shocked at
blame
the
you.
other ones. I'm shocked about Clara. I don't even want to say her name anymore. I'm shocked about DC Media. Really, I watched her for a long time. I think she's so caught up in Ron. I don't want to believe she's like this. I want to believe that she's just stigmatized to a level that's fucked her life up. I want to believe she's better person than this. Isn't that sad? I still want to believe that. Oh my God. Ugh. I can't even believe. Why would she even date him? You know what? Now that the lid's off, I'm just gonna say I think he's a fucking loser. I think he's a terrible person. I think he's very mean and he's very negative and he lives in the past. He doesn't want to change. He's had ample opportunity to turn things around, to change everything. And I don't think that. Why does she think she can't get better than that?
I got cut off.
Hey, what were you saying, Russ?
Actually, wait a minute, because now it's not even showing my profile picture. Hang on, I'll be back again.
Okay. Anyway, I don't hate anybody. I'm just like, seriously. This whole store idea is so stupid. They're going to spend all their house money on it. It's a bad idea.
Wait, what's the idea? Is there like a show?
They want to open this DVD store thing. And okay, for people that are so upset about everything being public, why the fuck are they telling everyone about it and where it's going to be and all this other shit?
Okay, I fixed it.
This is like a teenage stoner boy's idea. Like, I'm going to make a DVD store like in the olden days. Like, no one gives a shit.
But anyway, I do understand why you think that she could be. I do understand why you think that she could be better than the way she is, because I believe that too.
I want to believe it.
I think that she feels like she is just trapped.
She could get her own house, though. She's got the house money. Okay, DC, I know you hate me now, but I still have good advice. Listen, you don't have to end the relationship, but you don't have to go all in the way you're doing. Get at your own house in Indiana, okay? Get your own place. Don't waste all your money on this DVD shit. Just date normally, but I feel this isn't the relationship she wants. She has to coddle him. He's the younger one, and the man. And I get we're not going to be too strict on gender roles, but it's a thing of give and take for either person, right? But it's always one side of coddling. And she's the one that has to be the one fixing everything. It must be exhausting. You know what? Now that I'm going to be shady, I'm going to bring up the fact that it was 100% his fault that she lost her fucking channel. Yes, people were reporting them, but they wouldn't have taken it down. As someone that gets a lot of false reports, they wouldn't have taken that shit down if there wasn't that shit in the background. And the way he acted after that was all emboldened and telling everyone to fuck themselves. He should have been on his hands and knees crying and begging for her to stay with him after that. I cannot tell you what I would do if somebody did that and they didn't even feel sorry. He didn't even feel sorry for anything. That was she had a career on YouTube gone in an instant because this idiot, I can't imagine. She put on a brave face, but girl, that had to have hurt. I don't care what she says.
Well, and for at least one part of it being the fact that all the footage is gone too, though. That is such a pain in itself, I would think, right?
Well, I can't believe she didn't at least back up the interviews. Like, I get she did a lot of content. You can't back up everything. But like the interviews, they all should have been backed up 100%. That's just heck. I mean,
that's the thing about YouTube, though. Like for example, I'm not even gonna there is a YouTuber that I watch, and he is doing a commentary opinion on the Idol show on HBO. There was a boob slip in one of his commentary videos, and it's still in there, and his channel is doing fine. It's like, I feel like it's so subjective.
It is subjective. It is. But he had a whole scene going on in the background, you know. It was bad. It was bad. I can't. And he's a YouTuber. How does he not know better than that? You know, a nip slip is one thing that's, you know, it's like a blip.
Just say that despite that, The Idol is such a horrible show. I mean,
that's what he was saying. It was absolutely trash. I'm not even gonna watch it. It's honestly creepy. Honestly,
I've never seen it. What is it? What is it about?
It's
like a
basically
producer. Yeah, you explain it.
basically The Weeknd and Sam Levinson, who is the creator for Euphoria, and Euphoria is a million times better than The Idol by far, and it always will be. They got together. They decided to make a television show with Johnny Depp's daughter, Lily Rose Depp, and she plays this pop singer named Jocelyn, and The Weeknd plays this, I guess, cult lord named Tedros, and they meet in a club and they get into a relationship, and he tries to help her revitalize her career because this tour that she's supposed to be doing ends up being a flop. And I haven't really watched the show to a great extent, but I did see the first 2 episodes of it, and it's nothing special. I mean, it's just basically kind of a stereotype of this, you know, it's a stereotype of wanting to be big in Hollywood, but not actually getting to that level.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's like this weird sexual angle that they play where it's like almost cults and demonic like, and it's weird. I don't know how
Yeah,
else to
and the
describe
sex scenes too.
Yeah.
The sex scenes too, and all that shit. Like,
So
there's a
hopefully it's
scene.
copying Selena Gomez's real life issues. Just says, really? Oh.
Yeah, it kind of they tried to do when she had her revival album in 2015. They tried to sort of mimic that era of her music career, and
Oh.
it's not good.
Oh because they dated The Weeknd and Selena Gomez, and he's been
Yes.
a salty bitch. Like, he has been such a salty bitch with like putting lyrics about her in his songs and like
Yes.
life for you or whatever that part was where he's like talking about the kidney thing, and it's like, dude, why would you do that? That's horrific. No one likes that song.
He's a
Yeah,
wrong.
Call Out My Name. His song Call Out My Name is about
Call
her.
out my name. Yeah,
Oh,
that guy.
You know what? He's a piece of shit for that.
I mean, he's a very, 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 very gifted singer. I will say
Yeah,
this about
I'm
him.
a firm believer of you can like the art without liking the person, you know?
That's
But
how I feel about a lot of artists, because he
for sure. I mean, I know we're like, there's so many artists. Am I gonna throw away every good Kanye song now? I'm sorry. I don't agree with what he said ever. Multiple things he said. But I mean, there's some good
Yeah, the
tracks.
whole separate the art from the artist thing.
I love Kanye's music. What can I do?
I think the Kanye back in
Like
2011 and 2000.
Oh yeah.
Love that.
For sure.
That was
for sure.
man.
And we're not throwing away old era stuff. I'm sorry. It's one thing you don't want to give him money now, cool, but he's got so much old music that's like I don't feel guilty listening to the old stuff now.
Yeah, I'll put it on for sure. Like Stronger, hell yeah. You guys will see me in my minivan with that.
You know what? I have
it's the same with Drake, because a lot of people don't like Drake, but a lot of Drake's music is timeless.
It is, yeah. Yeah. But yeah, definitely one of those things.
I've got to do it, guys. You know, I got to. Melanie Martinez has made groundbreaking like music history with her album Portals. Guys, if you haven't checked out Melanie Martinez's album Portals, you guys have to, for real. It's a freaking masterpiece. Her performance art is just astounding. She's so theatrical. She's got such a stage presence in this character that she's building. That's
you fucking love her. I always see you posting about her. She creeps me out, but her voice is really good.
She is so
Yeah, I listened to the album already. I do agree it's very good.
It's
very well done.
The creature stuff creeps me out only because I know the furries are so in love with it. But hey, it's very artistic and cool, and we don't have to look at it that way.
Yeah, so she has spoken about the album itself and kind of like what it represents for her. And it's a symbolism of life and death. And so
Mhm.
basically, what that means for her is that's like her character of, I would assume, death. And
Mhm.
that's like, it's definitely like, I would say subjective to the furries for sure, because like, they are kind of doing it
I'm
up.
sorry. I'm sorry.
TikTok.
I shouldn't
But if
have
I ever
mentioned them.
oh my God, for real. But the whole album is actually based off of the different cycles of death, what happens when we experience death as human beings, what's been noted and documented throughout science and history and all this other things and
Yes,
interviews.
Brandy, I love that song. Sorry,
And
go ahead.
so like what happens with the conception and then birth. So it's like this duality of sorts. And I just thought, wow,
Mhm.
that's really awesome.
She's very creative. I have heard things about that, and it gave more context to her thing. So I totally like that's really cool. I have a lot of death anxiety, so it holds me back from listening to stuff like that. But I think it helps a lot of people cope and understand and
It helped
stuff
me
like
cope
that.
with my near death experience. Um,
Really, I'm so
Yeah,
glad.
100%. The song Tunnel Vision was just, I literally cried because I never thought in my mind that I would actually get help with like how I feel inside about my near death experience. And going through what I experienced was the tunnel. And I got up to this light and I almost felt like this understanding of like God was just sending me back down. He's just like, yo, your time ain't done yet, honey. You got to go. And I just went
Mhm.
back in my body. And that was
That's
just
so
so hard
cool.
to
That's so
go.
cool.
I love that.
I had a very bad experience with like an OD where I was falling down a dark well forever and it was just darkness and it gave me so much anxiety. So there's some things I'm still trying to deal with, but it was
What
a
did
long
you
time
OD
ago, but
on, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm sorry, what?
What did YTR? What did you OD on?
uh cough syrup.
Ooh.
I'm curious.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
do you OD on that? I don't know. I've never understood somebody
Um
on that.
by taking like a lot of very strong pills and a bottle. Like
Oh,
Oh, you took pills
32
with it? Oh,
tablets
no
in a
wonder.
bottle. Yeah.
and you know what though? Like
I
I
was
have
very young
like
though. I was like a young adult. It was a very
Is that
bad
the one
time.
they call purple something or other?
It's like that scissor shit that all those mumble rappers sing about. But I totally get having an artist that gets you through because like I listen to like Juice World a lot and he helps me with those kind of it's so sad what happened to him. It makes me want to cry. But his
Yeah,
music does
Juice
kind of
World.
help me with that kind of like when you have something unresolved and you're just like some music does touch you in that way, right? Where it
uh,
kind of helps you.
and it almost helped. It
Juice
almost like
World and also XXX Tentacion.
oh, I
Yeah,
remember him. He
yeah.
was so awesome, and he actually depicts part of the one of the phases of death too. It's the reflection phase, where it's been depicted by various people who have had medical proven death experiences that they have judged themselves as themselves but separated almost from themselves, looking objectively at their life and their actions. And what the process means is like you have to go through your entire life and forgive yourself. That is the goal. If you can't forgive yourself or whatever it is, like this journey that you have with yourself, and that's what on Melanie Martinez's album The Void, the song The Void depicts as well. It's like you judge yourself. So remember in his last video where the one where he's at the funeral and he was like fighting himself, remember that, like fighting his
Mhm.
demons and stuff?
Mhm.
How
Yeah, the sad video.
yes, and how he was
Oh,
in the void
Brandy, I wish I could hug you. I
with the
love you, honey. Sorry.
no worries, it had the eyes. Martinez's video, the eyeball. There is symbolism and like facts behind some of these songs, but also it's a little eerie, isn't it?
Oh yeah, you got to be in the right mood. You know, I think it's great to have those artists that really do inspire that kind of philosopher in all of us. But obviously, yeah, there's some days I'm like down with it, some days I'm not. Really depends. But it's
And
cool. I love that shit. Hmm?
NF is like the dude I listen to when
Oh,
I'm like,
NF is the best
he's
ever.
so great.
I've talked about him before on here. He is like in my brain. That
He's in
dude
my brain
is.
too, man. Like for real. I love his music. Like and it's so sad objectively. Like it's I'm just bopping along, dude. Like it's a pop song, man. It's great.
Oh, it's
I
so,
love
it's
NF
so
too.
good. Oh, there. See, look at all of us. I knew it. I fucking
Why
knew
Did You Leave Us is really great.
Oh,
Oh my
yes.
God, I cry every time. I cannot play that song without crying.
Yes.
I
Oh
cry
my
so
God,
hard
so
too.
good.
I cry, man. I'll sit there and I'll be like, and I just end up in tears because it's so full of emotion. You can
Oh, I know. It's heartbreaking.
you
One of
deliver.
my favorite songs will always be Teenage Dirtbag.
I love that song.
Oh.
Uh,
The song I'm working on now, guys, and I'll release it. My album. I'm hoping.
I was gonna say, drop your stuff. Can we listen to some of your songs right here, and you can drop your links, Tay?
yeah, Tay.
I love your stuff. Tay, I will say this though. And tell me why if you don't like this idea, right? I think you should convert your old channel 100% just to music, private, all your old shit. If you get hate, who cares? Turn the comments off. Fuck it. Anyone that you ran from that channel, I think you need to convert the shit to your music channel. Only music, only promoting music. Keep your regular channel, your, hangout, whatever, because it's like you got to have a designated place for
Yeah.
all of it.
I'm almost getting to the point where I am really committing a lot of my life to writing music and getting better and learning how to build stuff from the ground up. You know what I mean? And it's taking so much of my time. I don't really have time to invest to some of the, for lack of a better term, just messy stuff, the messy side of you.
Well, here's the thing. If you want it on your other, okay, if your other channel's analytics are better, post it on both. But I think you should definitely designate if the old one is pretty much just not being used. I wouldn't even delete this stuff, just private it. And then just
what happened to that channel?
Yeah, I totally do.
Was when I covered the Onision and the Chris Hansen stuff in my commentary way, because I was very involved in a lot of that side of the YouTube area. Okay. Like I wasn't like one of the main people, but I definitely was involved. And
I want to tell people too, we met in a community where the creator covered Onision, and then funny enough, there were a lot of similarities, and we were like, ew, yikes, which is the case. There's a lot of anti-Onision channels that did end up being a yikes. Not even the one we were in. I won't mention the name right now, but there's a few actually. There's a few. But we met in that community, and we both covered it a little bit. But yeah.
And what ended up happening was the algorithm picked up my videos. They were advertised, and they got great views, but when everything kind of came about and it was the way that it was, I don't know what it was. I just entirely lost the zest for Heartbeats Vanity, because it was a phase. I mean, it was a phase, my first ever YouTube experience, right? That was that channel. And I covered a lot of stuff. I did a lot of commentary and a lot of things. And what ended up happening is when I took a break I took a just under a year break, it completely destroyed the analytics of that channel. That channel completely, I think, even got blacklisted. I'm not even sure.
Like shadow ban, kind of. Yeah, my first channel kind of got that. A lot of people kind of end up abandoning their channels during I think the Onision crap did mess up a lot of channels, because mine got shadow banned as well. That's why I pretty much was like, well, I'll just start over and do something else, because I think that shit did shadow ban a lot of us. No joke.
It did.
A lot of us from that era made new channels and abandoned project and just moved on.
Yeah. And I will always respect the Heartbeats Vanity phase a little bit, but I'll also slightly cringe at the Heartbeats
Vanity. You can retitle the channel name and everything, girl. You can just, I think you should. I know maybe it's shadow banned, but maybe the music can fix it over time. It wouldn't hurt to test it out. You can always do a copy on your main. I don't know. It's just an idea.
Yeah. And so what's really good about this one, though, is I've published my name, my music, under Tater Totties, because it actually was an accident. I wasn't going to do that because it's kind of ridiculous, right? But then I thought, well, I've looked at other people and other artists, and they've kind of got, you know, similar situations and stories behind why their names are published under their names, right? And so it kind of
Yeah.
happened like that. It was an accident because Slither really was the start, the jump to everything.
Well, you could call the other one Tater Toddy's Music. You don't even have to worry about it having a similar name, really, if you wanted to.
True, but then it became like this thing where I got booked for like my first show underneath that name. Yeah, I know it's coming up
What, girl?
after. Yeah, in the new
Oh,
year. It's
wow.
New Year. I will be
Holy.
my first show. I'm so excited, but I'm also really nervous, kind of, because I
got it,
still am
man.
developing the show,
Don't-
like the
I mean, don't
music.
worry about it.
You got it. That's so cool.
And I've been practicing, you know, because like it's different recording your songs and singing them, like, you know, on the mic versus performance. So I have been
Yeah.
practicing a little and getting, you know, kind of getting ready. How am I, what vocal like layers am I going to use when I'm live? Like those type of things, you know what I mean? So I've
Yes.
been formulating it, and I've been getting the costumes ordered, like the whole look that I'm going for. It's going to be kind of this grunge, like hip, but like colorful in certain areas, like fucking, I don't know, hybrid between like emo and like a little bit militaristic. I don't know how else to describe
Yeah.
it.
I get what you mean.
Very nice.
Kind of like a AFI style, I'm
Yes.
thinking. Okay.
Yes, exactly. Like a little bit gothic looking, but also a little bit like hip into the now, you know what I mean? So that's the look I'm developing. And then I'm growing out my hair because I'm gonna do like my hairstyle for the whole, you know, performance. And it's gonna, I'm gonna go for, like, I'm not even kidding you guys, green hair.
Yes. Do it,
And
girl.
ombre with blue.
That's pretty. Okay, I'm gonna play it. Hold up. Y'all, this is the shit. I'll play it. I'll play more than one. I'll play the first one first. The first one I heard first. I'll put the link for you.
My name is Tater Toddies.
Oh, okay. I think
I heard you were looking for me.
I've heard this too.
Good job. They sent you to the right place.
Giving very metalcore vibes.
Well, looky, there you are, dear. I find it kind of funny, but when you wanna tell me that I ain't shit, bitch, look at your pick. Slither and leather. It hurts. A monster. They came in and they thought they were really gonna do some shit. And so I decided to play. He thought he saw his future in my eyes. Instead, he had a very slow demise. I told you my heart is as cold as ice. Death is coming, time to pay the price. Slither and leather. It hurts. My monster.
So
So
some
that's fun.
good news with this song. I got
Go
so
ahead.
many comments about people wanting this song to be longer, wanting more of this song. So on my album that doesn't have a release date yet, that I'm in the middle of creating and writing the lyrics and singing and doing the vocals for, I'm going to have an extended version of Slither.
Yay!
Hey.
That's what I said. I know I said that. I said I love this song. And it doesn't even have to be a long song, you know. Sometimes it's better when they're not too long, but a little longer would be awesome for sure.
I'm going to run through the chorus one more time and drop a 4-line verse.
Yes, yes. Okay, now we're gonna listen to the Kiss of Death. How many songs you got right now? You got that one, the Kiss of Death, and you got Circus Geek, which we'll listen to again, or we'll listen to that as well because it's more. It shows diversity.
Yeah,
you can do.
That one was so much fun. See, okay, so this is an EP, the 3-song EP. That's going to be the release before my album. That was just to give people an idea of what I'm going to be doing. And it was also developing as it was going on. I didn't know if I was going to continue on with this. At first, it was just going to be a channel thing.
Yeah. All right, let me play the other one. Hell yeah. Let's see.
Touch your hand, never been the same. Fell for love while you ate my
Trying to get Jeffree
pain.
startled.
The way you look at me, an object in your prophecy. I will turn you, he said. I will consume your thoughts, I own you. He took it all from me. Hands wrapped around my throat. Sweet kiss of death. I close my eyes. You don't get to watch. You don't get to watch as you take my life. Dead inside, but my body is alive, soiled in mud and born to rust. You gave me nothing, I gave you everything. Inside this fire, I thrive. Here's where I turn the sword on myself. Told you once I was a battle-born bitch from hell. You came to stop me. Go ahead and take your shot. It's all part of my legacy. Sweet kiss of death. I close my eyes. You don't get to watch. You don't get to watch as you take my life. You don't get to watch. 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 You don't get to
Oh my god.
That is so badass, dude.
I like the
Sometimes
transition.
I've taken a break from listening to them for a little bit, for a week, and it just sounds so badass. What the hell?
Girl, stop! It's
Right?
so good. It's so good.
So
Very good.
I love it.
the next one, let me give some backstory, okay? Because this one was so fun for me to write the lyrics for. Now I want everybody to be transparent. Like, I did not write the beats. I leased the beats. Okay. Like, you can lease a beat as a person for like 5 years, transform it, sing on it, and then publish it. That's how that does work. And it's how a lot of artists get started. Okay. But
I was gonna say that's normal, actually.
Yeah, exactly. But all the logistics and legal are worked out, and I paid for it. So it's not like it's like stolen or anything. It's how you start out. But, I am going to be looking into taking classes to be able to produce beats like completely from the ground up. And that's something I've been looking into. It's about a year long for this course, but it'll be something that I'm progressively learning more. It's like I've just scratched the surface, okay? Like, this is barely anything. This is my first round. This is like me for the very first time recording my songs. I had a band. It was like a cover band way back when I was like a teen. And we did some like little goofy stuff, but it was never like anything like this. You know what I mean?
Oh my god, dude! I was almost in a band when I was a teenager, but the vocalist got jealous because I started screaming with their friend, and we were like doing good, and she got jelly. But I was like, "What? I can help with the screaming shit. You can be the lead vocalist because I don't have that talent." And then, but she didn't want it. They all wanted me in the band, and she didn't want it. So I'm like, it's cool.
Yeah,
I was
exactly.
gonna say, Tay, you're gonna have to teach me how to scream again because it's been a while, girl.
And I've been taking vocal lessons too. I've been investing a lot of my time. Like I said, I'm kind of wrapping
Wow.
life around kind of like my goals and dreams and artistic vision with this entire thing. And so I'm getting better at screaming. The stuff I'm recording right now, guys, it's unlike anything I've ever done, but it's so cool. And it's going to be so hard to wait for the album to be released when it's like official. And my sound guy, he's also a big inspiration for me. He is the sound engineer. He does the mastering. He helps me out with like a lot of like just education on this stuff too. So I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for like the group of people that, you know, are working with me on this stuff.
Yeah, that's so badass.
And I'm really excited to do too, because like it's just, oh my god, I don't know, I feel so
Amazing.
creative. I feel like really happy in this area of life. Really, I do, and it's just a good outlet for me. You know what I mean?
Oh,
It's always
for sure. Music is such a good outlet, and it's
Yes,
so
it is.
therapeutic. I'm
right.
sure for you to work on it. Like I can't
Oh,
even
100%.
let's someone came in. Where's MFW? Girl, today I'm just tapped out, but yeah, we'll get into it later. So we're just hanging out today.
The
But
last,
let me share the screen for this one.
the funnest song I think I had recording lyrically, because I'm writing the lyrics and I'm the vocalist, right? So it is based out of the perspective of the circus geek. Now, if you guys don't know the history in circuses and like what the circus geek's position was, it was basically like the person who did like obscene shit, like they would eat chickens off of like the head, or their heads off of chickens, just to recruit people into the circus and like recruit the fans and things like that. The position of the circus geek was basically kind of like the Joker, you know what I mean, in a sense. So the lyrics come from the perspective of a recruiting circus geek in this one.
Okay, that's cool. I mean, I love the art for it too. It fits fits the concept. All right, let's listen to this. I'll put the link here.
I like it.
I'm a military formation, bitch. Got your fucking man coming back. He really loves it when I whip it like this. Turns around and watch it crack. Come now, fragile one. Don't you fret, don't you run. Put your hand right on my gun. This is the circus, this is not the sideshow. Liquid gold is the cost, payment here, ho. I know you came here for the main show. But first, let me introduce you to some filthy snow. Once you're on cloud 9, I'ma let you go. You'll be back in no time, round and round we go. Welcome to the freak show. A home for the disregarded and the displaced. Can't you see the sadness written on that clown's face? He was once a big shot in a high place. Paint covers up all his psychotic breaks. Come now, fragile one. Don't you fret, don't you run. Put your hand right on my gun. I know you think you've had enough, but you're right there. Hold on, stop. Edgy and obscene, yeah. This could be a nightmare, but like down a crystal ball. She'll tell you where you begin and where you start to fall. Head back, eyes black, shedding the night. Tailor your craft until the fit is right. Come now, fragile one. Don't you fret, don't you run. Put your hand right on my gun. So when you buy a ticket, I just want you to know what you're signing up for, how it's gonna go. Stick a sweet cherry pie on a summer's night. The kind of shit that'll make you wanna change your life. Like a black horse coming in the dead of night. I'ma ride this motherfucker till the end of time. So what you say, got a deal? gun, gun. And if they throw tomatoes at you, pick them up and use them as paint.
Did you guys?
Yay!
I did a gag at the end of it, and like, I love that gag for real. I just thought it was funny to add at the end.
I like it. I like it a lot. It's
I like it
playful as
too.
well. Ties in the theme. So yeah, that's super cool that you're working on stuff like that. Like, man, I've been looking into my old. Oh my god, I was looking into some of my old creative shit, and I don't know. Like, I used to write stories and shit, which is hilarious because hearing me talk, I just sound like I wouldn't be able to write a damn thing. But I did have a few stories. I had someone proofread a couple of them. They think I should type them up, do all this. Actually, there's an app that can do it for you now. So I'm like, hey, that's cool. Then I got all these unfinished things, and it's like, it's just like, man, talking to you, it's like, I should work on some stuff. It's just sitting there, and I don't know. It's just sitting there. Just
Jump
when
right, just jump right in and see what happens.
Yeah. When I was younger, it was so much harder to do things like self-publish, and I got really discouraged because I talked to some people and they're like, yeah, you're basically good luck. And so I was like, okay, whatever. But yeah, I got some stories that are pretty, I don't know. I had a couple people read them because I had no idea, right? But I had a couple people read them and say they were good. And I was like, well, it's only a couple people, but it's still, I'm like, maybe I should get into it and do something like that again. I used like writing in a way to really, it's like music, right? Where you can kind of, it's almost like a therapy. Like, I had this character that was like, she was a serial killer, and some of her, well, that wasn't known in the book until the end, really, but it was fun to write her character because I had like actual reasons behind it. I had her have a whole, like, she's one of those characters you read about, you feel bad about them, and then at the end you find out they're the one, right? So I don't know. It's fun to like be creative and come up with stuff.
Oh, I fully read like those murder mystery books 100%.
Yeah.
I had one that I read, and it was I'll have to look up the let me just look up the author real quick.
Bye, honey. Cap had to go. She's getting a migraine. Sorry, Tay. I just wanted to let y'all know. I'm so sorry, honey. Turn the lights out. Rest. Yeah, rest your mind and your eyes, girl. Thank you for coming.
So true.
I
Migraine.
hope she feels better.
Yeah, Cap gets migraines. Poor beautiful lady. I can't believe it. I wish I could do something. Migraines, you can't even do shit. It's like you just have to. I mean, there are some medicines, but like, yeah, I hate that she goes through that. Anyway, feel better, Cap.
Yeah,
I think we've all experienced a migraine at some point.
Yeah, they're terrible.
My first experience was last summer.
Oh, I used to get them because I got them more due to dental issues, but it was like, oh my God, it was terrible. You get the nausea, the blurry vision, you feel like it's like your head is just gonna explode. It's the worst. Anyway, what were you saying before that?
I think Rebel was talking, right?
No. About
about the author. Yeah, I was getting the author. I was
It's all good. Oh my God.
who's the author?
like, I think it was Rebel, and I was supposed to get the dang author the whole time.
I fucking forgot what we were even doing. I found, guys, there's this, okay, this can be something to laugh at. So, you know the Twilight books? Well, the author for the 10th anniversary did the book where it's role reversal.
Oh, yeah.
And it's 10 years later, and she said like she loved working on it because she could like maybe correct a few things or whatever, and kind of show that it could be reversed, because she got a lot of heat for like Bella being the damsel in distress and all, which she was. But the writer was like, oh, she's a human in a supernatural world, like with all the friends around, or with the people around her that she cares about. They're not human, and that's why she's so weak. But anyways, I wasn't a Twilight fan, but I did read the books because I was like bored. They were around. I had friends that were reading them, so I'm like, what the hell? And they were entertaining, but Bella was just annoying as fuck. So if you like the concept but you don't really like the characters, the life after death version, the main character is in the place of Bella, and it's a guy, and it's so much better. Like, his character is way better, the book is way better. I don't know, I'm enjoying reading it, and I don't care if it's cringe. It's freaking
You know what?
I
It was
I
hard.
was
I recently bought an audiobook and I decided to buy. It's
Are you
called
talking about Edward?
Dude, it was horrible. The person who recorded the book should have never been hired, first off.
Oh, I bet.
She's
I thought
so
it was
nasally,
you.
dude, and the way she talks, I'm like, what is going on?
I can imagine how it sounds.
I'll freaking put it on Twitter and I'll show you guys. It's horrible. And I'm like, I even just bought it a few weeks ago and I'm still listening to it. And it's horrific.
Oh my word. See,
So
that's
cringe.
Yeah,
why
there are a lot of people that don't
Yeah.
need to be reading audiobooks.
I like to read from the book personally. I know audiobooks are good if you're like doing a lot around the house and stuff. They can be great, or if you're on a road trip or something, but I really like holding the book and reading it. But
Like, I have no time to sit down and read. And if I don't
yeah.
try to squeeze some of it in somewhere, then I'm just not gonna do it in my life right now, because I have hundreds of books. I have like one of the most massive collections that I've ever seen anybody have, and I love them. But I've also noticed that, like, whenever I would start a physical book, it was like harder in my life to concentrate when I got more, when I became more of an adult. You know what I mean? I did a lot of my reading in high school and purchasing my books like with my first job and stuff. And then life kind of took hold. So it was like, now when I do like chores and things like that around the house or errands, I just put on an audiobook, and I know it's horrific, but hey, I still do buy physical books because I think I have a book buying addiction. I do think I have that problem, but
Yeah.
because I am really scared that, like, do you remember what's that one book called, Fahrenheit 451 or something like that, right? And it was like one of the books that you had to read in school. It was on like the 100 list, or I can't remember what the list was, but it was about the world rejecting books because it was almost like a apocalyptic status, and the world changed, and they burned books, and it was horrific. And ever since I read that book in like 7th grade, I have had just an instilled fear that books are going to somehow be banned, and I buy them because of that.
I
The first
mean,
book I read in school was Holes.
I get that. Oh, Holes was fun. I've read that book before.
Yeah, the movie is also good.
Yeah. Yeah, I like reading, but I hadn't read in a while either. And so I was like, you know what? This book's been sitting around, and I got it as a gift. Like, I don't even remember when. Probably when people saw me reading the Twilight books, even though I borrowed them, they probably thought, oh. But I actually do like this version so much more. I was like, you know what? I really like this one. And Edward being a female vampire is way more, I don't know, enticing. It's just different. I think they did a better job with the character in it. But she also, I mean, she got to write it 10 years later. So, I mean, for her in general, I just felt like it was less cringe.
Another thing that was always cringy is when the Twilight movies were first released.
Oh,
there were always all those people that were like,
I was one of those.
"Oh, I'm Team Edward. I'm Team
I
Jacob."
was one of those people. I literally
I was going to say.
I was Team Edward for show. And
I don't know. I liked Jacob more. Well, I didn't like who played Jacob, but Jacob in the books, I liked Jacob more in the books.
dude, and I have a picture on my, I don't know who, my stepsister has it, okay? And it's with us at the, oh my God. And I have the shirt on and everything. I look so dumb, dude. I don't know,
Oh
but I have
God,
my like emo hairstyle and I'm like super pale. And I have like my little snake piercing. I look so possessed.
It's gonna be an expose that we're all Twilight.
You
Oh.
guys
Oh,
fucking laugh your ass off because the
look.
smile I have in that photograph, I'm gonna try to find it
Oh my God,
because it is so just awkward. I'm such a geek, dude.
I actually was not a fan of the movies, but I liked the books more. I mean, I watched the movies and I was like, oh, it's fine. But see, I was more Team Jacob out of like more like because in the books I liked him more, but also she could live a more normal life with him. But she didn't like him that way, so whatever. I hated what they did about the imprinting. Oh my God, I can't with that.
The problem is there was like the imprinting. Remember
Yes, that I can't with that shit.
and then
Yeah, she could have been a
used to
werewolf
marry, like their
instead.
imprints because they'll dump their bitches if they got a new bitch and they got an imprint on her.
my
They'll dump
God.
their wives or whatever because it's that powerful or whatever. I can't even believe I'm doing that.
My God. There better not be some shit like this in this new book. I'll tell you guys if it comes up. You want to find out something else that's funny?
What else is funny?
I wanted to ask you, Russ, if you were aware about Ronald's blog posts.
About Negs' blog posts?
Yeah.
No.
Where he talks shit about the townspeople.
No, I've never seen those.
I think we need to have a dramatic reading because if I'm gonna get all this real life shit happening, I might as well have fun. Oh my God.
I mean, if you want to show them if you actually have them and you want to show them to everybody, go ahead.
I think not now because I'd rather do a dramatic reading because they're so good. They're so bad that they're so good. And it just shows it's like, dude, you hate everyone. Like these people didn't do anything to you. Oh my God.
Yeah. You want to know what else is funny? I remember
sorry.
the stream that Hussey did about me apologizing to him into tragic. He called Negs Mr. Rockstar.
Yes, apparently the internet needs to pay to fix their town when newsflash, everywhere's a dump. Shut up. Nobody cares.
Yeah, and the GoFundMe. GP also mentioned this about his.
I one time roasted a town on a fucking site, and I deleted it though, so I'll get you find that shit. But I roasted a dirty pond in a town, and I got so much shit for it, dude. Oh my God, I got freaking nailed by the townspeople, man. They just went at me, man. It was because and this is what I said: put a Tide Pod in the pond; it might clean it up. Apparently, that was so offensive.
Oh. And GP also mentioned this about Negs' GoFundMe, because the GoFundMe that Negs currently has for like the 38K, it's going to take a hell of a lot more than $38,000 to fix his town.
How the fuck do they think their audience could ever raise that amount of money? What the fuck is wrong with them? Why would... I never want to hear them cry about people's GoFundMes ever again, even though I know it's going to happen. Like, the audacity. I can't believe it. I can't believe that shit. I'm sorry. It's stupid. It's stupid. Oh, let's throw all the money we made on the house into nothingness. You could fix your whole life with that and you're going to throw it away. You might as well burn that money into a burn barrel. Like, what? This is why idiots... No, I can't say that. It's all her money's gone. All her money is already spent. Like, what the fuck? Couldn't be me. I wouldn't let some loser take my house sale money. Are you kidding me?
I don't know what she's thinking over there.
She lost her mind. That's it. You know what? I was judgmental to people that used to say that, and now that's how I feel. That's how I feel.
The business.
She
There's
lost her damn mind.
people like Blockbuster, liquidated their assets and got out of business. I'm not exactly sure how Blockbuster ended, so I could be speaking totally out of my ass. But there's a reason we don't see very many movie stores. But
They're
there
not in
are, and I'm
demand.
just gonna say there are big, big, big cities where those can thrive, but it's usually in like a big city.
A small town.
I used to have a
struggling to keep
Blockbuster near my house, but now it's in Aaron's.
See? I mean, the thing is, they're just not, it's not, supply and demand is a thing, right? And it's just not in demand. Like, that's the least of what a small town is going to need something else. No, I can't find this shit. God damn it. Now I'm looking for these posts. I need to find them.
But then again, if this is such a small town where there's absolutely, absolutely nothing to do at all, like there is nothing, there's maybe a Walmart, then I could see something like that thriving.
I mean, maybe. I just think, it's very much of a maybe, and it's just like, why cement yourself in a town that you're so mad that people know where you live? Why not hop a town over and maybe start a project? Like, that's the other thing.
Well, they love Indiana way too much to leave.
Well, then they belong there. Sorry, I love you guys who are from Indiana in my chat, but fuck that state. I'm sorry. Sorry. Oh my god, another expose. YTR hates Indiana people. No, but I'm sorry, there's a lot of crazy Indiana people on here, and I don't know what's going on.
Breaking news. YTR and Illusionist Rebel hate Indiana.
Oh my god. I can picture it now. All right. So I think my technology is possessed because I know I have these in here. I know they're here.
What are you looking for?
The blog post.
Oh, right.
Hey, I got fucked over when I was nice, okay? So you know what? Fuck this shit.
Yeah.
Honestly.
And that's another thing that I remember
for.
Hussey saying, you want to go low? I'll go lower too. Let me tell you.
Oh, I'm not even going lower. I would never go as low as they're going. So funny. Apparently my last name is Baker.
Where do they come up with this shit?
I gotta go, guys. I'm so sorry. I got to cut out a little early, but
all right, that's fine, girl.
It's all right,
Thank you for coming.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for all the love on my music, though. Too, that really made me feel.
Oh, I do love your music.
Thank you.
No problem.
You guys up here.
Happy.
Have a chill time. Fun.
Oh, we will. It's gonna go off the rails in a second. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh no! No! YTR, it probably will. Don't worry about it.
Do you guys ever have days where you're like, I'm nuts today? I'm crazy today. No, I'm not. But I needed to just tap out for a second, even though I'm not tapping out.
I can only imagine what he wrote on his blog.
Oh, it's so good. I'm trying to find it. It might be on my other computer. Damn it. Anyway. The thing is, it gives perspective, because if he's going to hate on the townies that like don't even fuck with him, it's like, oh, wow. Okay. You just hate everyone. Like,
I think I already can probably figure out what the title is going to be for some of the posts. Why I hate Connorsville.
Yeah. I don't know. I just don't want to believe that DC's really this evil. I don't want to believe. Call me naive, whatever. I don't know. Something's off.
I don't want to believe it either because she is a nice lady when she can be.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
She's not
And
evil 24/7.
and the way she talked about me was like she really believes I fucked him over. Like, I don't even understand that. Does she really take the crazy pills that Ronna be taking or what? Like, is that what's going on? This is group psychosis at this point. It really is. They all, it's like he calls the shots and ever just goes along and they openly he is mentally ill, okay? That's partly why I have been pretty nice. It's
He
because
mentioned that he was diagnosed with PTSD.
but at the same time he gives a lot of people PTSD. At the same time he's like I'm mentally ill and all this. The stuff he does to other people, like it's his responsibility like anyone else. If we're going to say it's random people's responsibility for their mental health, it's also his. They hold everyone else to this higher standard than they hold their little ringleader. It's not fair to anybody at all.
Yeah, you're responsible for the shit that comes out of your mouth, nobody else.
Exactly. We've all said shit, but like I don't know. I feel like what they're doing is group psychosis. Let's watch MFW. I don't even know if she's live or not. I couldn't even get on Twitch today. My computer wouldn't even let me. It was crazy. It's like the universe was like, bitch, you're not going on Twitch. I kept getting an error message and it finally popped up. Oh yeah, I can understand how the IRL stuff has affected them, but when they turn around and do it to other people, what the fuck do they? You can't get better when, like, I never did any IRL stuff to them. So if they want to use that excuse for other people, I don't know. But all I know is I never did anything like that. So that excuse only works up to, I mean, it doesn't work in my opinion, but even if it did work, it would only work about people that have done it toward them. And if they're going outside of that and just doing it to random people now, they have no higher argument. It's over. You can't say IRL shit ruins your life and then you're so willing to do it to other people. That's ridiculous. Like, isn't this unbelievable?
I agree.
I've had people try and go IRL on me so many times, dude. I had someone trying to dox me that their dox is already out there and I never spread it. I never acted on it.
Yeah,
I've
people
never
have
done
doxed me
anything
too.
about it. Well, they're
I've
mad
already been
because they're.
doxed.
Oh, you have? Shit.
Yeah. But the thing is thankfully nobody's actually showed up to my house, and I doubt anybody is actually going to try to because they know that going IRL on YouTubers usually does not end well.
Well, yeah, the police are just going to be called. Like, I'm just going to call the police. I mean, whatever. But
Yeah.
in my
If
town, isn't
anybody
like,
shows up to my house, they're either going to be dealt with by me or by the police.
well, I'm going to call the police, but I'm going to be like ready, ready in case. And I live in an
You gotta
area
be
where
prepared for stuff like that.
the police are not going to play with that shit.
Absolutely.
They think
Absolutely.
everywhere is like where they live. Like, there are places where there's some areas that are pretty quiet and really don't have a crazy high crime rate. And so when something does happen, they don't play with it because they want to keep things this way. My area is pretty chill and like we don't have all this craziness happening all the time. Even the bad areas aren't even, I mean, people still keep to themselves. So yeah, if some craziness breaks out randomly, it isn't the norm where I live, and the police will deal with it extremely promptly right away.
Yeah, the police don't play about shit regardless.
Yeah, definitely, Debbie. I didn't like that's the thing. It's a pattern, right? I'm not telling people who to watch, who to not like, but they thought that I wouldn't stick up for myself, and uh they didn't realize, no, bitch, I will. I don't care if you think you're bigger than me, badder than me, you got your little freaking posse. I don't give a shit. I'm going to be like, this is wrong. They did this. And like Debbie said, they've been doing this repetitively and it's a pattern. And honestly, a lot of them are scared of negs. A lot of them are scared of what I'm not even breaking news with that. Y'all already can tell. They're all terrified of negs. Most of them are in group psychosis and they're placating DC because they still care about her. Negs wouldn't be anything without DC. Nothing.
Damn straight. Damn straight.
Not, and that's why he's leeching on her like a freaking parasite. Negs, it's your fault her channel went down. And you fucked MFW. You know, I was
Yeah,
holding
you
back
did.
for
We
respect
both
for
know.
her. He said he didn't do it. Girl, of course he did. He's saving face. He doesn't want to admit that shit. They were doing coke, which makes people want to do it. You think they hung out for a whole weekend twice and nothing happened. And they're doing a drug that makes people want to do that? Come on. Let's be real here.
Yeah. Chief, we
Something
both
happened.
know that she did more than just sit on your face. Get out of here.
And yes, I can see your comment, honey. Wait, hold on. Can I see your previous comment? No, Cap, actually. I don't know if Google censored it. Maybe try typing it another one. Bye, honey. Bye, Mary Jane. Sorry if this stream is a disappointment, guys. I'm sorry, but I really just needed it's exercising the demon so that I feel better, and I do feel a lot better. All right. Thank you for a super sticker, honey. Thank you.
Woo-hoo.
I love it. The little happy pair. So cute. No, I'm actually, there's no demons here. If anything, they're all demons because all they do is perpetuate evil every day. Evil shit every day. Who's the villain next week? You were record time, Russ. Like the way they churned you, like grab you, spit you out. It was like literally the fastest I've ever seen. No, I'm not ending quite yet.
Well,
But,
a lot of it has to do with the shit that I was doing behind their back. Because they did not want stuff read or released from their Discord server. And I released shit from their Discord server, so
oh,
that's what
I
kicked
knew
out.
their Discord was cancer. I knew that shit was disgusting. I knew that. I knew it. I never saw it, but I just knew it. I mean, even when they referenced it, I heard some shit about that server. Nope. Shame on all of them.
That's what you're going to get with the attic, unfortunately.
Well, I'm mad that people even associated us with it, to be honest with you. It's fucking... I mean, yeah, I did say, oh, part of the attic, but I was actually being more sarcastic because people were already saying that. But people really just run with that shit.
Well, with me, it's different because I did actually go over there and decide to support them despite what they were saying about me, so.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough because people, it's almost like people feel like they need a group so that when mass flagging happens, they have support. Almost like a friggin' YouTube gang shit. It's so stupid, but it's like you probably
I was willing
felt
to give
vulnerable.
them the benefit of the doubt, and now I see why I shouldn't have.
Oh, I mean, everyone loves this "I told you so" moment, but yeah, we're openly admitting, like, yeah, people were right about them. but nobody really gave us respect to treat us like people. They just talk shit about us. That's not the same as warning anybody. And you know what, though? I'm glad I learned my lesson on that. You know what? Yeah. That old stream getting released, they thought that was an I gotcha on me, but thank you for freeing me from all the bullshit, because it was already tits up at that point. It was already done for. And that was just, I know that their intentions were bad, but you know what?
It's the Illusionist and YTR Variety Hour.
Oh my God. Just a couple of autistics, okay, people? That's all it is. Actually, no, they call you autistic, but they call me retarded. Why do you get to be the autistic one and I have to be the retard? Can we switch?
I told Witty Widow this. I was not diagnosed with autism.
I know. I'm just making a joke because I actually think it's kind of fucked up they say that, but sometimes I like to turn it on its head and be like, haha, but it is fucked up. And even if you were, it wouldn't lessen who you are if you were autistic, but still, some people are just a little strange, you know? Or not, I don't want to call you strange because that sounds rude, but I mean, like, you're just different. You're a little different, but for some reason they want to make it a derogatory thing. And I guess I'm just...
To them, the fact that they think that I am some sort of hypersexual maniac, to them, that's being different.
Yeah, well, I'm just, I don't know. I guess it's good. Well, someone said it the other day. I know, I don't like that word either. I wasn't trying to use it like I'm trying to say this. That's actually what they call me. Have you heard them? They literally call me that. And I laugh it off, but I don't think it's funny to call someone that.
Never fun to call someone retarded.
No, I don't think it's the same if you're quoting someone else. I'm just quoting them, but yeah, it's fucked up. I don't think it's okay to be calling people that at all. And that's one of the examples of, like, yeah, maybe I'll laugh it off because I'm uncomfortable. And even MFW, she says that word all the time. Nobody cares when she says it. But
I think people do care when she says it, but they probably just don't want to say anything because they don't want to make her upset.
Yeah, that's true. And the way she blames everyone for killing her when they get her upset, I'm sure they don't want that on their conscience. They don't want that on their they don't want that rumor going around that they gave her an ulcer, right? Supposedly all of us give her ulcers when it's the drink, it's the smoking.
I don't understand how people talking can give someone an ulcer. That makes no sense.
Yeah, I mean, I guess stress isn't a good thing when it comes to them, but she's a grown adult and she has to monitor that. All of us get negative side effects from stress on the internet. It's not anyone else's job. Like, a lot of us get anxiety, a lot of us can get depression, but it's not other people's job to monitor that, but the person themselves, because they're an adult.
Exactly.
And she gets people in this group psychosis where, like, they feel they need to mother hen her. And it's not fair to them at all. It's really not kind to the viewers.
No, it's not.
Well, did we cover everything, do you think? Maybe I will cover MFW's live yesterday, but I'll probably do it in a new stream. Because yesterday I had to run errands and do some shit. But did you guys see her stream from yesterday or not? I don't know if I have the patience to watch her right now, though. My patience is a little low right now.
I didn't watch it.
Huh?
I didn't watch it.
Yeah.
I saw it. I just didn't watch it.
You didn't watch it?
No.
Hold on. I want to see what she. Whoa! Hold up. This stream was like. Hold up. Was this a 20? Why does it say 23 hours? Holy shit.
She streamed for a full day.
Yeah. I don't know how she does
Yeah.
that. Y'all know I've done some marathons and stuff, but like I couldn't stream that long. It's funny though, someone called me out and they said, "You said you don't do marathons and look, you did this marathon." And I say, "Yeah, you got me. You got me." I have been doing more marathons lately. I used to not, but lately I have for sure. But I don't know how she has stamina for this.
I don't know either. I could never stay up that long. Hell no.
What's the longest stream you've ever done?
The longest stream I've ever done, I mean, I mainly only stream for like an hour or 2 hours at the most. But I'm not going to be streaming all day and all night.
Oh no. I mean, there's some marathons I do because, people are working and I'm just, why not just stream? Why not? But if I got other crap to do or things going on, the longest stream I've done is probably like 8 hours, that was very long. I don't even know how I did it.
Yeah, and I remember them complaining about that too. Oh, is that why you streamed for MFW for 8 hours yesterday?
Yeah, they got triggered. Actually, I think it was like a seven something. And I was like, well, I actually covered quite a few things that I wanted to get out in that one too. But if that's their biggest complaint, then we're making progress, right? Because so much better than the usual. So I'll take it. I don't know. We have fun when we do the marathons. Like mostly I just do it because my audience peer pressures me into it. And then I have no choice but to keep going. And I just give in to their peer pressure. I'm just kidding. It's not you guys' fault. But hey,
I wouldn't do it even if my audience pressured me to. Hell no, I ain't streaming all night.
I wouldn't stream at night. Like even my marathons are like more like during the day into the evening. But the evening and the nighttime is like it's my off the clock time. There's been a lot like they want to say all I do is watch her or whatever. But like she's actually more crazy to watch at night and I still clock out. I'm still because the evening is for people in my real life. Like people get off work, whatever. So it's like I'm not going to tap into those hours. I won't ever say never. There has been something that's popped off and I've done it, but it's not usually. Oh yeah, that was crazy, Cap. Yes, the trial. I covered the trial too. Man, that was crazy, right?
The trial for what?
Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, that trial. Cap was
Oh,
following
yeah.
it really closely, and there were a lot of marathon streams for people that were covering that for sure.
Yeah, Amber Heard is the worst.
She is. She is. I can't stand that.
The worst. She is one of the worst. And she is a
Happy
very good
belated
actress.
birthday, Brandy.
She's a very good actress, but she's just a shitty person. That's the problem.
Oh, you got the. She said her birthday was on the 4th. Oh, you on the 4th? I got my dream Barbie Jeep. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, that's so
Birthday.
Cool. What? Woo. Hell yeah. That's exciting.
That whole entire trial was a mess, though.
Yeah, it was. Oh my gosh. Ugh.
The clips from her crying in the courtroom.
She was, you know what? Maybe she feels like she was. I'm sure that she believes her own shit. And I'm not saying she wasn't hurt because in divorce, it does hurt both people. And he is in a Georgia peach. Like, I'm sure he did things too, but she chopped his damn finger off. Okay. So let's be real. This shit. He lost an appendage, you know? Like, oh, I can't believe it.
Yeah, she could have killed him.
Oh, for sure. He could have died. And he should not have been filming during that. They literally sent him to the hospital, got him stitched up, gave him a little bit of time, and he was back to film. It's like, what the? Anyway, she's crazy. She's one of those bitches that they make it look bad for everyone else. I mean, they had professionals that diagnose. Yeah, Cap, sure. Hold on, let me put the link back. They had professionals, right? Diagnose this person in front of, like, talking about the diagnosis, getting in so deep. Most people didn't even know what they were talking about because it does go, like, diagnosing is very complex. But yeah, I mean, there's things, she was like acting up there. Anyway.
And Johnny Depp also said that he's never going to do another Pirates of the Caribbean movie.
He's never working with Disney again after what they did to him, which I get it. At that point, it's kind of personal because he had a long-standing contracts with them. They all knew him, worked with them. Like, they really can't do another Pirates movie without him. I mean, I think they have enough audacity to try it, but it's never going to work. Like,
yeah, no, it's never going to work. That franchise is never going to be the same again without him.
Oh my, that's so cool. Brandy wants to do streams where she's driving. Just be very careful because you know how people get. But that would be awesome. Definitely let me know when you start that up. That'd be really cool. Hey, Cappy. Here's our expert on the topic.
Hey, boo, hey, I'm back. Sorry, I had the mute button pushed.
It's okay.
So where did you guys leave off?
Oh, we're just talking about how Amber Heard sucks.
Yeah, Amber Heard and Johnny Depp.
I was Team Depp all the way, man. And his
Me
story
too.
was consistent too. Like, hers was bouncing all around. I know that it's hard when people recall from memory, but like, I don't know.
She is so full of shit.
She really is. And like, I do, obviously, divorce is painful. I'm not going to say because I hate Amber Heard that it wasn't painful to get divorced, but it's always about her pain. It's always about her. Even when she was recalling a lot of the traumatic things, like arguments and all this, like, she only cares about herself.
Yeah, what about Johnny? It's not just about you, bitch.
Even Johnny was like, he still was like trying to be respectable toward her, even while telling his story, even while basically talking about the abuse and everything. He was even still trying to be like respectful toward her. And I think the audio leaks, that's what really did it. When she's like, no one would believe you anyway. Like, fuck. The audio leaks really sealed the deal because it was tangible. You know, people hearing it before themselves, like how their arguments actually went down, rather than just like the story. They could hear what happened. I can't imagine. I mean, we just heard a fraction of the audio leaks. It's like these were marathon fights. Like Johnny and her both said that like they would be fighting all night long, like over and over all the time.
She wouldn't let him leave the house.
Yeah, like he would want to do the thing where, well, they both couldn't agree on that, right? They both, like, she's one of those where she wants to duel it out no matter how bad it gets. He's one of those people that he needs space so that he can, so that he doesn't, yeah, he can calm down and then he can come back with a better perspective. And I totally get that. You got two people that have completely opposite ways of wanting to do something, and they would trigger each other because when he would leave, she had her little abandonment fits. And then when he was forced to stay, all it was going to do is escalate the situation. And it would also trigger her whether he left or stayed, because that was just, it was terrible. It was absolutely terrible. But I don't know if y'all have ever been in like I've definitely dated people where they're like, no, you're not leaving. We're hashing this out. And sometimes that approach does work if it's a more simple issue, maybe. But like for really extreme stuff, it doesn't hurt to have a think and to have a space for a moment to de-escalate. Like his approach was so much better for their situation, and she just would never let him get that piece.
Well, it's her personality disorder that makes her see everything slightly distorted.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for
So
sure.
it's hard to be with somebody like that when they don't even know the reality that is right in front of them.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure that she was traumatized by certain things herself.
Yeah.
But, because in a divorce, definitely there's going to be things that are done to both parties. But she ruined his life pretty much. He lost all his contracts, everything. I mean, she lost the Aquaman thing, but let's be real. He had way more to lose than her.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I think she was still in one of the Aquaman movies, though, wasn't she?
Well, they did release it and have her in there, but I guess they cut a lot of her. I guess they cut a lot of it out, but they did still let her have that.
I don't know if you know who this is, but Popcorn Planet. He actually went and saw the trailer, not the trailer, but like the movie. Maybe it was the trailer. Anyway, she was in it for like 2 minutes, and then a couple months later, they upped her time on the screen. I don't think they were ever going to listen to us. They're just appeasing us.
Yeah, true.
People said they don't want her in the movie. Well, fine, we'll just put her in for 2 minutes. And then after that's done, oh, well, we had to extend it.
Mm-hmm.
When they themselves said that, like, the characters didn't even have chemistry on set.
No, they really didn't.
Mm-mm. I actually haven't seen the movie, so I can't really judge.
I haven't really seen the other one, but they didn't seem to have chemistry even in the first one. Oh, yeah, Island Gal, totally. She says, why would you secretly record her husband's every moment? Things like that make you say, mm-hmm.
Oh, when she records, it's mutual. When he records, he's recording me.
That's true. She did do that a lot. Where she was always demonizing anytime he wanted evidence. But then when she wanted evidence, it was all justified. She's a very one-sided kind of person. She cut her nose to spite her face. Her career's over. She wanted the money to make up for it. Yeah. And like I said, I mean, I've watched a lot of content on it, and there were people that purely acted like she didn't feel anything. She is a human being, so of course she was very much hurt by the divorce. But if we're going to say whose side were you on, I mean, I'm just on Team Johnny. I watched the whole trial, listened to both sides, and I did listen to her testimony, but nope.
And I read the court papers that didn't even make it into the trial.
Oh, you did? Wow. Yeah, you're a lot more, you went deeper into it than even, than I did.
I read the court papers too.
Damn.
Really?
Yep.
What was in there?
Do you go by a different name on Twitter?
Huh?
Do you go by a different name on Twitter?
No, the same name.
Oh, I haven't seen you around. Continue. Go ahead.
My Twitter is at Illusionist Russ.
Russtopher. I'm totally joking. I am not making fun. I'm sorry.
No,
Yeah.
no, fine. They all call me that. They call me Russtopher and Sussy Russy.
I think that one's cute. There's something you can do with that. Like, you know, Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex.
Oh,
Yeah.
don't even get me started on that shit.
I know. Don't even get me started on her.
Yeah.
She is a catastrophe.
She's a freaking bee too. All right, she's a bee. I'll say it. She's a bee, and she's crazy. She has this Diana fantasy, so she invented a car chase in New York, which is impossible. But I
She
found
used to be
out.
an actress too, but she quit acting because she got married into the royal family.
Yeah, I think that was her MO. And that's why when she went there, she got all angry because she thought she could just become a queen, and it doesn't work like that.
Yeah,
And,
no.
I mean, with the whole royal family, it's like they hired people to help her transition into the role, and she did not want to. She wanted all the perks without the work, and they work really hard.
She wanted to accept gifts from that came to the palace for her. She wanted everything.
Yeah.
Jewelry, clothes. Did you know that her clothing budget for a year was more than every other female royalty in the world combined?
I'm sorry, but she's not that important. Who the fuck does she think she is?
Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex.
And I'll make it clear, I just don't like her as a person. I don't like her as a personality. I don't give a shit about anyone's race. I don't like her. But apparently, you get judged when you talk bad about her. Well, sucks to suck. Some people just suck. And she's one of them. And she came in between his whole family. And I'm sorry, but somebody that wants to take someone away from their family and make a wedge even worse, that's not supportive. That's actually very toxic. Yes, if he wants space from his family, that's fine. He can take it. He can take that space. But she wanted the things she says, and he's just sitting there like a little cuck, right? On their Netflix. In their Netflix special, she's just degrading his whole family. Like, God, like anyone that's got a significant other and about their family drama, whichever family's got some shit, right? I would never sit there and just talk like that. Like, she's just sitting there and he's sitting there like a little cock, like, Oh my God. His memoir is just him crying about his brother had a better room than him. Like, seriously, that's what you're upset about as a grown man now. That's what you're holding on to. Like, they are just busted millennials. I'm sorry, I'm a millennial. I can say it. They're the epitome of busted millennials. Just, my life, so hard. Everything was given to me on a silver spoon, but my brother's spoon was gold, and I hate him. Oh my God. Anyways. All right, I should wrap this up.
Okay, YTR.
Stream of consciousness. We're all insane, all right? That's all it is.
We're all mad here.
Yeah. Well, I had fun, guys. And thank you for coming.
Thank you for
You're
inviting
welcome.
me.
Thank you for having me on.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate you answered some questions earlier. I appreciate that. And also I just wanted to hang out because, I'm why not, right? All right, guys. Well, Maybe I'll come back and do some MFW shit.
Okay.
Maybe for like an hour. I can't marathon her today though. I just don't have the patience. But I could peek in. We
Can I
we
bring
missed
something up
that.
real quick?
Uh-huh.
I haven't gotten any notifications for your members only things. Is there something possibly to be done about that?
I think it's because I don't do member streams. I just put some streams on members after I air them. I used to do them, but then people just stole them. So I decided I don't give a shit and I'll just be ratchet publicly because why not? They already make it public. So who cares?
Touche.
But yeah. Are you getting notifications for the normal streams?
The normal ones, yeah.
Okay, good. Okay. Yeah. All right, Boo. All right, everybody.
Toodles all.
Bye,
All right.
YTR.
See you later.